So,
Mom took me to the forest last year.
you're going to love our new healthcare
God, the
system.
cameras are so clear now with this light and
Have an adventure today. I'm sure you know.
Don't you love it?
oh,
You're
I
right.
do.
I should get up. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees.
Catch
Hey,
frogs.
Mom. Yeah. Even, what is that in your hand? It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house.
What is
and
this,
have
the
some
worst
fun.
commercial ever?
Come to the forest where the more adventurous.
No, I heard the worst
Check
one
out
this morning.
What is it?
Charmin Shiny Hiney.
Brought to you by the
Oh, my
US
They
God.
actually have a jingle about
Your shiny
got a
honey.
Charmin Shiny Hiney.
I'm Tom Martino
That
for Ideal Home Loans
is
for your next
bizarre.
ideal home loan.
Makes
Because
you wanna
Ideal
go out and get
Loans,
some.
if they
Yeah.
I want a
refinance
shiny
for you,
iron.
they put you in a better position than you were in before. And being
Where's
in a
my
better
third
position
hour,
than you
man?
were before means you have a shorter term
On
or
the computer, man.
Oh, it is?
maybe
I've only been sitting here for 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, hurry the hell up. Give me an idea, man. Give me an idea for something. Brought to you by.
Come on, surfaces.
Where
You're
the
here the
hell
whole show, so I won't. I normally would.
Hardware Granite or K&H Windows?
K&H,
free.
good, thank you.
Are you in the crapper?
2 years.
Can you send me
Give them a call,
K&H until we build up things?
303-867-7000, whether you are refinancing or buying, and check out their pre-approval if you're buying it.
You got any of those that I've sent you already that you can send me? K&H?
Oh, I do have some stuff for next gen, not just them, but others. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
send me a bunch of stuff.
I will, man. I've been building them up. Yeah, I'm going to Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
First time ever.
You're hiring.
You're going to the Super Bowl?
Candidates fast.
Vegas.
It can be
Oh,
hard to
to
know
watch
where to
Super
find
Bowl.
them. More than 3 million businesses.
There's your money gonna be on.
World's #1
I'm probably going to do a
job
teaser.
site. Entry level or highly
Interesting you ask.
Indeed helps you find
So I
great
think I'm
talent
going to
that you might
tease
hire. Indeed is
the
offering
Eagles up to plus 10.5, so they can lose by 10.
Premium visibility
And then
Redeem this
I'll
offer
take
at
the
Indeed.com.
under, which will put the under, or the over at 42.5. So the game will have to be 42.5 or more, so 43 points. And then the Eagles can lose by up to 10 points. My other option would be, basically the Patriots could lose by 1 point. It would be a 1.5 point line. So all they'd have to do is win or lose by 1. And then the same for the over. But I'm not going to take a straight bet. I don't like 4.5, no matter how I look at this game. I don't like it. 4.5. It's a coin flip.
I've done extensive research.
I'll try to remind
I think Philly, that defense is pretty good.
and have them.
Is he under at 42 right now?
It's 48.5. I'd have to tease it down.
Okay.
And when you tease it, both things have to happen. So I'd have to win the over 42.5, and I'd have to not lose by 10.
Got it.
If only one happens, loser, loser, no chicken dinner.
Right.
I can't believe it's 120 is what you're...
That email that I saw yesterday from Tim you guys were talking about, I can't even imagine how much more they can put in third hour.
You need to talk to a carpet doctor and get his, what is that $100 that he said?
That's just on that weird internet thing, I don't think.
He needs to get off that thing off.
Who? Why? Someone say something or what?
No, all I'm saying is, he may as well, it's a good enough price, I don't know, what was the $100 for anyway? The same thing?
Why is AT&T up so much today?
I guess they got a great deal.
Ford's just hanging right in there at 11. 11.06. Microsoft, can you believe it? $93. Amazon, $1,427.
Is that up today, Amazon?
Yep.
So when I was here 2 or 3 months ago, and
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your consumer advocate, Troubleshooter Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe, the longest running radio show on the air with the same host, and I'm so happy to be here, and I thank you for making this show a success. We have changed how people do business because they know if you call, they're going to be out in the open. And you know, good companies love when you shine the light. Bad companies do not. They run and scatter like cockroaches. That they are. This hour brought to you by K&H Home Solutions. K&H Home Solutions, a 60-year-old company. I have had a personal relationship with them the entire time I was in Denver, going on 40 years, but Ted took over, a little over almost that time. I mean, he's been there a long time, from the original owner, Henry, who started this wonderful company, and Ted carried on the legacy of quality windows, doors, siding, and other exterior solutions, and nothing improves your home like the new windows. And they did my windows in Franktown many, many years ago, and there were a few seals leaking, not seals, the stuff around the outside of the window, not like the pane. So they came out and did it like 15, 20 years later. It's a company, they came out and fixed them. It's a company you can depend on with quality. So you have durability, you have beauty, and it adds value to your home, plus savings in the energy efficiency is unbelievable. The siding is beautiful. You don't get this rank little cheap siding. It's really great, and you get value. They don't knock your head off with prices. Why don't you look them up at khwindows.com? You will find a company that's not only stable, but has value, knowledge, experience. 303-421-7100, khwindows.com. Okay, so what does the show do? You call, we answer. We help directly, we help indirectly. Whatever we can do, we do to help you. Takesha got into a problem that, oh my God, I am so sorry. I feel so badly for her because she got ripped twice. She escaped one and the second one got her. And yes, it's the kind of thing you roll your eyes and you say, how could that happen? But if you really look at this objectively, possibly it could happen to you, and we'll talk about that. Plumbline Services in the house. Bob Logan with Plumbline Services. Of course, I've known these guys for, God, many, many years. The owner who started with a couple vans, and now they do a great job on plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. I want to talk specifically about drains. We've had some issues come up. I also would like to talk to you about electric, because electric is what I call the spooky stuff.
Thanks for having me, Tom. I'm excited to be here, and we got some great electrical specials too.
Good. You tell me about them when we get going. Takesha, listen to this one, Bob. So Takesha gets a call, and she's bullied into paying because she feels it's the IRS. Now, Takesha, there are people that I know it would happen to. There are others who say, how could this happen? I'm not going to cast any judgment, but they say, we have a warrant for your arrest. We're going to come and arrest you. And she says, how do I pay? And they tell her to get iTunes gift cards. That is a red flag. The IRS, by the way, will never call and hound you for money ever, and they never accept payment over the phone, and they do not use gift cards. That's for everyone listening. So Takesha, the guy was trying to get you to scratch it and give him the number. How did you get out of that call without paying that iTunes card? Did you get cold feet? What happened with that initial ripoff? The guy who said he was from the IRS.
The guy, he obviously must have felt like I was being dishonest with him, because for one, he told me to go into a 7-Eleven, purchase the card, and I was not able to speak on the phone to reference him in any kind of manner. So that's what happened. I had walked out of the store and told him, okay, I purchased the card, like he had asked me to, and he didn't even right away ask me for the numbers on the back of the card. He's like, okay, what kind of card did you purchase? And I told him exactly what I purchased, and he hung up on me. And I was like, okay, that's pretty strange.
Why did he hang up on you? That's weird.
I have no clue, Tom.
So then you were at that point, you were clear. You escaped the ripoff without giving the gift cards. And did you then think, okay, I'm just going to get my money back on the iTunes card, or were you still thinking he was from the IRS?
No, I had a receipt, Tom. I had purchased everything right.
What I'm asking is, when did you decide to get a refund instead of paying the taxes with the iTunes?
That day, I had called my family, and I told my sister, and I was like, look, you know, this guy called me. She said, no, sis, that's absolutely a scam. IRS, they will address you themselves.
So then you did, so then you wanted to call Apple to get your money put back. You know, you wanted to get a refund for the iTunes cards, right?
Yes, I had called David.
So how did you find the Apple number that you called? Because this is where the second ripoff comes in, and this one took hold. How did you find that number?
Yes, I had called somebody at Fox 31 News. They said, this is the number, go to iTunes or Apple, and this is the number for their scam line, their fraud line.
They told you. Fox 31 gave you this number?
Yes, it was a number that they told me. They're like, just go and call this number. This is the fraud.
What is the number?
It was like 1-800.
You don't remember it. You don't remember it specifically.
Yeah, I don't remember it specifically, but I did take it down because I did call.
All right, I want you to give me that number when you get a chance, but keep going with your story.
Yes, so I had called, like I said, I had called this David Lickman guy over at Apple.
You thought he was from Apple. Did they answer and say Apple?
Yes, and this was this was a guy who was he addressed himself as an attorney, and he that's why I was calling again to just to follow up because he had gave me a case number.
Okay. So Takesha, he gave you a case number. He made you believe he was from Apple, and then what? How did he take your money?
No, this David Lickman guy, he never took any money from me. He didn't even ask me for the iTunes gift card. This was like the next, like I told you, this incident happened November 8th last year, and I've been going through this.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me the story, Takesha. How did they take your money?
Okay, so I had called that number that Fox 31 had gave me, and when I like I told you,
just tell the story. You don't have to go back. Just you called the number. Complete the story.
Yeah,
you called the number they gave you.
I called the number. I got in contact with somebody, and I was so ecstatic to get my money back because I've never I hadn't got this far.
Right. Okay. Then what?
Process.
Keep going.
So the guy he was like this is no problem. We can give you your money back. It's simple. Give us a debit card number, and we'll put the money onto your card, and that's
okay. So then you scratched it off and gave him the number. How did you find out? How did you find out you didn't get a refund and it was the second ripoff?
Because he, like I said, he started insulting my intelligence.
Like what?
I was hysterical. I was crying because this is money for my kids. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, no, I don't want to be scammed again. Is this right? He said, no, ma'am, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. And
okay, but when did you discover it was a ripoff? You thought you were talking to Apple.
After the fact that he started insulting my intelligence.
Like, what do you mean by that? Did he say, ha, Takesha, this is a ripoff?
Bad words. He started calling me all types of bad words. He started insulting me like.
And then you realized you were not talking to Apple at that point.
Yes, I realized that was very unprofessional. So then I called back. I said, okay, give me some time. Let me call back. So I called back the next day, and I'm asking the guy, I'm like, is this Apple procedure for them to tell me? Because the guy had addressed me. He said,
wait a minute. This is important, Takesha. When you called back, did you call the same number?
I called the exact same number.
And did you get legit Apple?
It wasn't legit Apple. That is the same number that I thought was the legit Apple. This is a person who.
So if you find that number, we want to investigate that number. But Takesha, here's the bottom line, and I need to ask simple questions, and I don't want a lot of long explanations. Just some brief explanations. When you called me, were you hoping we could get your money back from this scammer who said he was from Apple?
It's not that I'm hoping to get my money back or anything, because I already took it up as a loss. My kids have suffered so long.
No, I want to try to help you. No, I'm not going to give up.
I just wanted to help. I don't want it to be put out there because
I want to help you.
They have put it out there that this scam is going around.
Okay, Takesha, like this. Did you think yesterday you hinted that, look, I called this number, it's on the internet, Fox gave it to me, this is the number claiming to be Apple. Do you think Apple has any responsibility to you?
I do feel like they do have a big responsibility, because this is the World Wide Web. People are searching these numbers, and I feel like people who have been scammed out of money.
So you think Apple is partly responsible because somebody but how would they have stopped that?
I don't know how they could have stopped it. I mean, if this David Lickman guy, like I talked to before, if he would have been on his job and did what he said he was going to do.
How would he keep that guy from scamming you with the iTunes card, though? You called that number. Are you saying Apple should be more aggressive on going after these scammers who are imitating them?
Definitely, because they're taking from innocent people.
Okay, and you think Apple is not doing enough to shut them down?
They're definitely not.
Okay, hold on. There's the story. Mark, now listen, okay, Takesha, I just want to tell you something. People are going to have different opinions. You got to have a thick skin. We don't know your last name. This is not personal. I'm asking opinions. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, how in the world would anybody in their right mind think you pay in IRS debt or your taxes with an iTunes card.
But then, hold on.
No, that is just idiotic.
But then
no one thinks that.
She got past it.
I think we're getting bamboozled right now.
She got past it. And then Fox 31 gave her a phone number.
I don't believe it. So you call up Fox 31 and they give you a number to a fake Apple. It makes no sense.
But what do you
makes no sense.
Do you think Apple is partly responsible?
Yeah, Apple and Donald Trump all at the same time. And let me think of who else.
Tim.
Maybe
Tim.
Ted Cruz and
Tim,
who else?
what do you think, Tim? Tim is calling in.
Yesterday she said that she Googled the number. Maybe I didn't hear the part about Fox 31.
I didn't either yesterday.
Yesterday it was all about Googling the number. Then, by the way, how does she know that the money still isn't on the card? She hasn't explained that either. She said it's gone, but how does she know it's gone?
Ooh, that's a good point. Takesha, did you check your card, and are you sure the money's gone?
Yes, so like I said, I did check the card. I called back the next day because I was so angry and upset. I called back the next day and I asked to talk to a supervisor. I asked him, was this protocol? And when I called and the guy had asked me to give him the number that I had scratched off the number of the back of the card, he had asked me to give him that number. And from November 8th all the way until that day that I scratched off the number of the back of the card, the money was on the card from November 8th all the way up until that day.
But what point is that? Hold on. So, Tim, what's your final comment on this, really? Do you think... just say it.
Well, I guess if Fox 31 is giving out a bogus number...
if they did. But they're not... I don't think they're responsible. She may have copied it down wrong. I don't think they're responsible. But does it strike you... I don't like using the word stupid, because I'm sure Takesha is not stupid, except in certain areas. We're all stupid in certain areas. Could you agree with that, Tim?
I absolutely would. Yeah. And not only that, Tom, but there's a lot of things I might have fallen for if it wasn't for your show.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, hey, warn her. Listen, if her electric company ever calls and they're going to turn the lights off and they ask for an iTunes card, would you at least tell her not to do it again?
No, that's for sure. Century RV has a big 30,000 square foot indoor showroom in Lakewood. They're also up north, as they have been for years, at the Colorado 119 turnoff to Longmont on I-25 and 119 along that frontage road. Their new location is in Lakewood, and no matter what the weather does, you have indoor comfort in an indoor showroom. What a beautiful climate-controlled facility. It is just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's, with the largest used inventory of RVs and camper trailers and buses and all the big RVs and small ones too. And they also have new, and they have incredible savings, new camper trailers for under 10 grand. 303-453-1111. It's CentryRV.com. The new warehouse over on Kipling, between Kipling and Sims, just north of 6th Avenue, is opened Monday through Saturday, 8 to 6.
Yeah, I never got the amount.
I think we got bamboozled, man. I can't imagine someone's that stupid.
Patty, I'm doing a live call-in with her.
Man, I tell you what,
the noon hour.
she talks probably 3 times faster.
I'm telling you, I think that was a total fake call. There's no way I believe anybody's that dumb.
Martin, you're so unkind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, we got bamboozled.
Call her at a tip. She's going to do a live call-in.
What were you going to talk about?
How they helped somebody that you said was named Chuck.
There's no way I believe
That's all I know.
And the guy was right. She changed
remember
the story.
the gal with the trust, and you said you would look at the trust for her. She wants to know if she can
She did it again today. She said at one point she Googled the number.
Here's the
Apple should go after
the last 2 amendments that
before
happened
that,
right
she said
before that guy to this trust. Lots of scrap.
This is the trust.
She wants, yes, but
and
these
what
are the last
happened,
2
in a nutshell,
amendments.
what was the caller?
Brother changed the trust and took everything, left her with nothing. She wants to know if she can go back on brother to get everything. Dad just died in July.
So these were the trustees that really changed it just themselves.
Please.
You probably know better than that.
Resigned the trustee.
She get iTunes cards with taxes.
Billy.
We all pay our taxes.
Billy Jr. Billy Jr.
I spend one every year
I am
myself.
almost positive. Yeah. Because Billy S. Miller is the gentleman that.
There were two of them. It says here. Okay, I gotta talk to them.
Can you imagine talking to her for like an hour?
She just wants to know.
No, I want her on the air. I want her on the air.
Oh, she's online too. I already have her holding for you.
Let's,
Are we done with Takesha?
Let's give her a free furnace check from Plumber.
For now, tell her we're going to see what we can do.
But she has to
I need her to get that number.
Let's see what we can do. Tell her we're going to track down every bad Apple phone
I'm
number
going to
on
give
the
her
web.
Mark's cell, so she has a direct way to get help.
Just, can you imagine if you're the tech doing the furnace thing, you had her talking about
Blah, 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 blah.
Shut
up! Blah, blah, blah.
That'd be a timing you. Hey, I gotta put in my earplugs.
All I heard was blah, 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 blah.
I'd rather hear blah, 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 blah.
God. Oh, Dan, you just don't have sympathy for people.
I think that you're a little cruel.
A little cruel, yes, of course.
If you
I'm
ask
cruel.
me, you're a little cruel.
Yes, of course.
And I would ask
And
for
you're a sucker. You're a
I
sucker.
would like a Scotia humanity.
You're a
If I can-
sucker.
If I can scoop a Scotia
You have gotten
of
soft.
humanity out of you guys,
You have gotten
just a
soft
little
in your
humanity,
elder years.
a little humanity.
He's so
You're
soft.
too much
I'm going
like
to play
Trump.
him some shit from 15 years ago where he would have ripped her head off, shit down her neck, and hung up on her.
You guys are really hurting my feelings.
You know, the other one we got okey doked on was Gil. Gil's asking for more money now. Gil's got numerous jobs lined up. Gil.
No, they don't trust anyone. They don't. Gil is putting that money to good use, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You can get the 5-piece Valentine's Day gift set.
Gil was the homeless guy. You ready for this?
Right, and more. It all comes
I can't even say it with a straight face. What hotel chain was it? Fucking Marriott. Yeah, he's staying at the Marriott on gold status. Or platinum status, forgive me.
I just don't like when people are so.
You can't lose. Guaranteed or your money back.
I still think he's,
And don't
if he
forget
could prove he has a
to
job.
Who?
Gil.
Oh my God, he fucking got you hook, line, and sinker.
No.
Holy
What I'm saying,
shit.
If that's absolutely true, can you imagine being homeless? I mean, seriously, being homeless has got to be.
Most people would get a job.
No, I agree, and he definitely dumbed himself, whatever and stuff.
I'm just saying, Mark, have some humanity.
But you just think if you went to a strange city and stuff and you didn't have any money and you just had,
Because that's what I do.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
then
just saying.
Then I buy iTunes cards for people.
No, come on.
Okay, when did this happen to you? I want to hear about your homelessness.
I've never been.
Bob, were you homeless?
No.
Tom, how did it go when you were homeless? How was that working out for you?
Well, I wasn't, thank God.
Okay. So when you're homeless, and the McDonald's literally has a sign looking for people to work, and you're still homeless, explain that one to me.
How they get hold of
It was
yourself. I did go to
$200.
Vegas once. My first
If you have a mental condition.
I had to sleep in a van.
Fair enough.
Mark, Dan,
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
$200.
I'm Tom Martino. Buy and build.
The best place you can go if you're looking for deals on home improvement items and home interior finishing items, OMG. You wouldn't believe some of the plumbing fixtures, toilets, sinks, and electrical fixtures, lights, beautiful decorative lights, oil rub bronze and stuff that would go for $600-700 that they're selling for $70 and $80. I don't know how they do it at Buy and Build. All I know is he doesn't put a lot into that building except it's safe, but it's ugly. And it's big. And it is heated, okay? You got some parking. You got great parking. 4800 Washington Street. You can go there personally to the public or you send your contractor. I really like Courtney and the way he does business. It's so great. They're end lots. They're not all, there's no seconds there. These are perfectly new things that he buys big bulk containers of. He has cabinets, shaker cabinets, beautiful cabinets of all kind. 303-295-6022. You have to see it to believe it, really. 303-295-6022, buyandbuild.net. So, bottom line, Mark, just bottom line. Just go ahead. Bottom line about Takesha. And let's move on.
I can't believe it. I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, I don't like using the word stupid, but
you
she's
said
stupid.
You can't cure stupid.
No, it's craziness. How do you get?
I feel so bad for her.
Okey-doke twice.
She sounds like a good woman. She's worried about her kids.
God, you become soft.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna grab
she-
some
no.
stuff from 15 years ago and play it in the next couple days.
No.
Because my God, you would have ripped her head off.
Okay.
You would have made a.
But I still felt bad for people. I was never mean.
Yeah, what?
No, I wasn't.
The bulldog.
No, I wasn't mean. I hate people. I hate the wrong people do and all of that. I don't hate anyone. But here's what I want to say about her. I would have given her, I said she did the wrong thing. She did everything wrong. But I don't want to chastise
I have
her.
a hard time believing it.
All right, let's go to the phones, okay? Dan. Okay, Dan, what's happening? By the way, Bob Logan from Plumb Line Services. Bob, you were curiously silent during
Yeah,
that
Bob,
call.
what did you think of that?
Didn't you have a call and Dan heard it, right, Dan? What do you think, Bob?
You know, I wasn't here yesterday, and unfortunately I couldn't listen to the
Oh, my God, PC.
Okay, so Dan, by the way, that call that you just heard, were you listening at all?
Yes, I was.
What do you think, in a nutshell? And I'll take your call, but what did you think? I mean, do you think she was just downright stupid?
I'm seeing it more on a lot of the consumers where the elderly and a lot of people are trying to find an easy way out. And I don't know if it's literally where they just want to use these kind of cards and literally give them.
Well, she was told she had to use it. What astounded me yesterday, she hinted to it, that she thinks Apple might be responsible because she called the number thinking they were Apple, so they should stand behind it.
She was going to pay her taxes with an iTunes card.
So Dan,
that's the whole thing.
Let's talk about your foam. Is this for your plumbing?
Yeah, a long time ago, I think you were on a TV station. You had a plumbing company who literally sent foam down the line to get rid of roots.
Plumb Line had something.
Or is this already what's already out?
I remember that they had a treatment. Then it was to prevent root growth. It wouldn't clear if it was already thick. Bob, do you guys have any agents at all that work for roots already in the drain?
Well, aside from cleaning the drain with the drain machine or jetting, no.
Do you have jetting? What is that?
We do have a product we use called BioClean. It's a natural bacteria and enzyme that digests waste found in your plumbing system, so grease, hair, soap.
Yeah, but what will it do for roots? Nothing.
Really, not anything. Really, if you have roots in your problem, you need to get them cleaned out, and they're gonna come back.
Here's the problem, Dan.
This foam did that and killed it, or it wouldn't grow back.
But here's what I want to make clear for people: if you have weeds and roots or whatever you call them, plants, if you have growth inside, it means it's seeping through the seam. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to replace if it's slow. If you, for example, clean it every 5 years, Bob, yes, it's not optimum, but it's better. I would say replacement comes if you're looking at every couple of years, 2 years or less of growth. What would you say, Mark? Would you replace it, or would you clean them every 2 years?
Man, I'd have to get a cost and make that decision.
Okay,
I don't know.
It's going to be expensive. I've never heard of it.
The majority of the replacements that we do come from people that say, you know what, I got this cleaned every year. It worked great for a while. Now my basement is full of poop.
No, it gets worse and worse. It doesn't get better.
But you don't know
worse.
when that time's going to come.
You're right. So are you saying the presence of any roots, you would go ahead and change it out?
I would, because that's a broken pipe.
The whole system or just the area?
Well, it's
you would camera
it
it first.
We'd camera it first. We'd show them where the damage is done, and then we'd give them options. If they want to just do that one spot, if there's only one spot that's bad, it doesn't make sense necessarily to replace the whole thing.
If that one joint settled, you can replace before and aft.
Of course, yeah.
Okay,
yes.
But if it's old and you see a few bad spots, it's better to just go in. So, Dan, here's the deal. Do you have roots? Let's just get to that.
I got roots, and my concern is with the clay pipes, is it going to affect every time you keep on sending a snake down there? Is that affecting the pipe?
That's a good question. Does it, Bob?
The snakes are designed, they will not do any damage to your drains. The chemicals will actually do a lot more damage to
What
drains,
about jetting, water jetting?
And water jetting, again, the way they're designed, it won't cause damage that isn't already there.
Dan, how old is your sewer line?
House is 78.
Okay, and so over 30, and you have, let's talk about this. You have clay pipe. How often do you have to clean them?
It's been 4 years since I've done it, and I just was trying to find out, because I know they got
right.
over at Home Depot, Lowe's, that foam stuff there, but I know
it doesn't. No, it doesn't work once it takes root. I would not use it.
Well, I don't know exactly what specific product he's talking about, but those products are typically caustic. They're acidic.
Okay.
They're going to
let's get to this.
Damage the environment.
Let's just get to the solution. Let's get to the solutions. Dan, they have a special 93 or free that I like. That means if they cannot clear it for $93, you pay nothing, and they give you a complete diagnostic. Okay, so isn't that right? $93 to clear it, $93, or it's free. Is that right?
Dan, are you experiencing backups right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
He's trying to be proactive.
Maintenance.
Do you have slow drains?
What I can do?
Okay. Everything's good, but just
proactive. What? Go ahead, Bob.
I'll be happy to send one of my supervisors out there with a camera. We normally charge $249 to camera the line. I'll waive that fee for you. If you
You'll do it free.
If you want to give your number to Suzanne off the line,
Dan,
I'll make sure we set up an appointment.
Let's do that, bro. Let's get that checked free.
At least you know what's going on.
There's no downside. Get it checked free, okay? And here's the deal. There are options to replacing sewer lines. We're going to go over that, okay? That's me dinging here. I got to stop that. Okay. There are options and we'll go over each option because you no longer have to excavate the entire thing and do that. Tell me about Carpet Doctor really quickly because it's hard to believe.
$139 cleans your entire house. Hot water extraction, the newest and the best technology out there.
Did you hear this, folks? No matter what size your house is, and he doesn't come and say, oh, this is too big, or I didn't figure on this, or
no upselling.
You need pre-spotting, or you need sealing. I'm serious.
$139, whether you have 10,000 square feet or two, doesn't matter.
To me, okay, you want to know my real opinion? The guy's nuts. Because he could easily charge for a bigger house $239, he would still be a third or a quarter of what the other people charge.
And once again, the equipment's all brand new. He was out to our house. It's 720.
Okay, 720.
298. 0352 720-298-0352. You're not going to find a better deal. $139.
The Carpet Doctor is on our referral list at referrallist.com.
Hi, it's Botus. Yes, it's after the holidays. And now what do? Looking for a few dollars to pay your bills?
Brand new.
His
equipment, $100,000.
Yeah, already you're thinking, what's his game? Oh, no, and he's fast. He doesn't move for
he does it for a lost lead or something like that.
No, he does. And he'll pre-treat your bad areas and stuff, but he doesn't do new furniture. So you got to do your furniture moving.
Or he goes around it. Big deal.
No one moves furniture, though.
No.
Not for free.
For $139, that's just last year I paid over $200 for stairs and like 2 rooms.
I don't even want to say what mine
was. When I say that from stairs, no extra for stairs. You do the other carpet play. Well, how many stairs? Okay, lots extra.
Now since then, I just replaced all the carpet, and then the guy called back and said, "Hey, it's been a year since we've been out." And when I told him I got new carpet, he said, "Oh, well, we can't." He said, even if it needs clean, we can't do it because we'll void your warranty.
He's full of shit.
Oh,
that guy's stupid.
Remember, in fact, it's just the opposite. They said the vacuum, what's that vacuum cleaner? It's Dyson. Voids your warranty on carpet.
Oh, it does.
That's what Simply Floor said.
Why?
Because it's so strong.
So strong.
No, we have to get him on it. That's the truth. Is he on today? Yeah. I need to talk to Buddy Mitchell.
How would they know you use a Dyson?
If you told
your closets.
They get a search warrant. They get a FISA warrant.
This guy wants new carpet.
I want to see your credit card statements for the last 5 years.
They check your email. I look for the warranty register.
I see Dyson tracks here. See what's here? Dyson tracks.
FBI comes in. That's definitely a Dyson.
I happen to have a Dyson. That's why I'm asking.
Well, he said that.
I've had a Dyson. I buy Shark now. I find the Shark's just as good at half the price, maybe even less than half.
You know what, Mark?
Oh, I do.
The Shark is great. I don't think, though, it's quite as good as Dyson, but it's damn close to the price. It's better.
My stick broom that's a Shark. It was $50, man. But it's lithium-ion, double batteries. It's just as good. It's not as good as the plug-in. I can't say that. But for most things, it's beautiful.
0435. Do you have dogs or cats or anything?
3 cats, 2 dogs.
Yeah.
That's what the Dyson really. I'm amazed when you vacuum. I got 1 dog.
Oh, was it?
How much hair is in that damn
Man, we're
thing?
not that filthy. And
I know.
that canister is full like every 2 days.
I know, it's crazy.
It's just
I can't wait for my, I don't know if Suzanne's listening, but I want a new puppy. I'm not even hitting her up yet, but I want a German Shepherd.
And how many you got right now? 2?
2, but they're old.
I got Buddy Mitchell on 6 for you. I assume you want to do a live with him.
Yeah.
Well, but the real thing is a question. You didn't tell me it was commercial, right?
I just said Tom wanted to talk to you live on the air about your spots. That's all.
Okay,
So,
no,
sorry.
it's not about, that's okay. It's okay, it just wasn't, it's about a consumer question.
I could tell him you have a question
No,
for
wait,
him.
here's the deal. It'll be his spot, though, so you're right.
Okay.
It'll absolutely work. Thanks.
I want a wolf hybrid.
Seriously, you want a good dog?
German Shepherd.
Border Collie.
Border Collies are wonderful
They're
dogs.
smart. And they're
Number
not
1 on
super
the
big.
intelligence
Short
scale,
hair,
Mark.
right?
Number 1 is Border Collie. Number 2, standard poodles. Why? Shepherds are wonderful dogs. The only problem with them, the hip dysplasia is terrible.
They say that about Dobermans. I've never had an issue. I've always spent a lot of money on the breed, man.
And you give omega-3s and stuff. You can keep a dog alive. My Great Pyrenees are supposed to die between what, 8? They say 6 to 8.
Yeah, they're big dogs.
My dog, I've had 12, one from 12 years old, one 13 years old, and one 10.
Yeah.
That is incredible for Great Pyrenees.
They're huge.
And they're wonderful. Remember my dogs?
They are huge.
Cloud? Well, the first one was Clyde. The second one was Cloud.
I don't remember Clyde.
The third one was Buster. You know why I called him Cloud? Because the first one called Clyde, the little kids would say Cloud. And so the second one, and he's a big white dog. It was a beautiful dog.
And then they called him Clyde.
And then Buster, I called him because that seems like a big name.
The one I'll never get again is a beagle. Ever.
They're dumb, stupid.
It's just every deer, every goddamn wild turkey and deer, that dog is it. And the wild turkey kick its ass. I have no doubt a wild turkey tear that dog up. Even the Doberman will stay away from them.
I think like a goose or a wild turkey, yeah, they're tough birds.
Oh my God, they're tough.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. John Fuller, he's an attorney, a personal injury attorney. He doesn't have a fancy nickname, and he doesn't go around chasing ambulances. John Fuller is a dignified attorney with a lot of knowledge, and what he does is he will give you your options, tell you if you have a case, what that case might be worth, and where you collect money. And if it's uncollectible, he'll tell you that too. He gives you the knowledge when you need it, and he gives it to you straight. And he also is a good guy, John Fuller. Whether you are unsure or you've been injured but you know it's someone else's fault, either case, get your rights. Always get your rights. Know what you're entitled to. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Personal Injury CO. That's the website. PersonalInjuryCO.com. John Fuller, Fuller Law, on my referral list, referrallist.com. Okay, so we've been talking about a lot of things. Now, sewer lines. What are the alternatives for sewer lines? And I have Buddy Mitchell for a very important question that came up. Sewer lines. What are the options?
Well, Tom, we do a lot of what's called pipe bursting right now. And so if you are going to replace your entire line, it used to be you had to excavate your entire yard and into the street.
If you're a candidate for this from Plumline, what do you do?
So if you don't have to necessarily replace your entire line, we can do sections.
But let's say you're doing your line. What do you do?
We dig a small hole by your foundation, and then we dig another hole at the tap in the street, and basically run a cable through the line and then pull a brand new high-density plastic line through the clay line, so it breaks away the old line, puts a new line in place, and you just got these 2 spots you're taking care of. It doesn't mess up all your landscaping.
And it's a brand new line
it saves you
with no seams.
Saves you a ton of money. They come in 20-foot sections, and we fuse them together. So
right,
you know,
but most
like
of them in 20
process.
feet, you know.
Right, but you don't have the seams like you do in a normal.
Yeah, those 8-foot sections
right.
or 6-foot sections.
It's an outstanding process, and
it's called pipe bursting.
Pipe bursting.
What's
yes.
the other one? Do they have liners anymore or not?
They do, and actually that's a technology that's improving. We don't do a lot of that
because of the bursting, right?
Because the bursting, there's uses. There's a time that lining makes sense, but there's also a lot of limitations to it. And so, for example, if your line is shifting. Or there's offsets or something like that, it doesn't make sense to line it.
And don't you have ways of going under sidewalks and stuff too, without digging them up? Don't you have that bullet, that thing that can pull a pipe through?
That's the bursting, yes,
okay.
that we do.
So
yes.
Think about the money saved there. Okay, Buddy Mitchell's with Simply Floors, and a question came up the other day that people buy new carpets and stuff, and they don't understand that they have to maintain them or they could void a warranty. Is that right, Buddy Mitchell at Simply Floors?
Yes, the 90% of the warranties that are written require maintenance, just like a car warranty requires maintenance.
And what would that entail?
Well, vacuuming the carpet. Just think, if your carpet gets really dirty, dirty's like sandpaper, dirt. And as you walk across the carpet, the sharp edges of the dirt tear up the fibers. So people that don't vacuum enough, when the dirt gets in their carpet and they walk along the carpet, it wears out much quicker than a carpet that's vacuumed. And one of the big ones that we've seen a lot of claims disallowed for is people have bought the carpet and 3 or 4 years go by and never have it professionally cleaned, and that voids the warranty too. Most of the warranties are written that you need to have your carpets professionally steam cleaned once a year.
This is very important. Now, Buddy, the next question, is it steamed clean? Do they specify?
Hot water extraction is what they specify. Okay. Then the other question, are there methods that would void a warranty? These guys are telling me that if you have a vacuum, a Dyson vacuum, it voids a warranty. I find that hard to believe. Yes, it does. It's too strong. Just because a company makes a really good product doesn't mean it's really good for the carpet. Okay, it might be great at getting the dirt out of the carpet, but it's so powerful that the beater bar. So carpet wears out when the twist in it comes untwisted, right? Okay. And so if you have too powerful of a vacuum, the vacuum will suck so hard that it will suck the twist out of the carpet, and therefore void the warranty on the carpet.
Okay, but how do you know? If somebody comes to look at your house, do they search your closet for a Dyson? How do they know you have a Dyson? Do they ask what you've used?
Well, usually they can get away with that. It's just like, if they walk in, are you using a Dyson? And you say, yes, I bought a Dyson. They'll say, well, that voided the warranty.
But does it say that in writing?
I believe a lot of warranties.
Will they name it, or will they say excessive suction?
I'm going to say this. I believe they named it, and I believe Dyson came after them, and I believe they won.
Who won?
There's a lot of the CRI, the Carpet and Rug Institute, that makes the standards for carpet. They came back and said, it's just too powerful. Your beater bar's too powerful. Your suction's too powerful. And Dyson said we didn't care. So it's not really the carpet manufacturer's fault. It's Dyson's fault.
But I like Dyson. So you're telling me it will wear out my carpets?
Yes.
Well, if the suction's great, all they have to do is turn back the beater bar a bit, right? It's the beater bar doing it.
And the suction. I don't, I'm getting out of my league.
No, I understand, buddy. I understand.
I'm telling you what, I'm at Surfaces right now in Vegas.
Yeah.
Where, all the carpet manufacturers come.
Yeah.
And, when you're here, you hear a lot of things. And what I'm telling you is what I've had manufacturer reps tell me. So, yes, but I have not actually read their warranty where they specifically exclude Dyson, but I have had manufacturer reps from the largest manufacturers of carpet in the world.
It's all over the internet, man. It's all over the internet.
Hey, Tom, do we got time for me to ask Buddy a question?
Yeah, yes.
So, Buddy, I just replaced my carpet about 6 months ago, and I got a call from a carpet cleaning company, and I told them, well, it might be a little bit premature, maybe in 6 months, and But when I told him I replaced my carpet, he said, "Oh, our process will void your warranty." So,
what process? The cleaning?
Well, that's what I want to ask Buddy. He said the process they use to clean will void a warranty, and I thought maybe.
What kind of cleaning was it? Do you know?
It was just a carpet cleaning company that I've used.
Have you heard of that, Buddy? Any carpet cleaning companies?
I'm sure there are. If they put a chemical or if they put chemical or soap on a carpet, that chemical or soap a lot of times it leaves a residue, and therefore the carpets get dirtier quicker. That's why they recommend just steam / hot water
extraction.
Okay, and I think he said they use a soap product.
All right, Buddy Mitchell, simplyfloorsinc.com. You can make your own appointments. They come evenings. They give designer services as part of their service. They have all the standard floor coverings and more. You have to look them up. They're unbelievable. And also, they can save you over the big box stores, because he's at that meeting there of carpet people. You know what they do? They all get together, the independents around the country. They have a buying group to buy in volume, and he passes savings on to consumers, 30, 40%. You will love Simply Floors. You will love the selection. You will love the savings. simplyfloorsinc.com.
So carpet cleaning normally just uses hot water. You don't use any type of
hot water extraction.
But they don't use.
They might put down pre-treatment.
Okay.
If they have pets and stuff.
So they don't use a soap.
Who? Generally not.
Hot water.
No. Most of them use a solvent of some kind.
But they pre-treat.
Yeah, or a solvent. And they don't. I don't know anyone who uses soap anymore. I'm just not.
Seeing a little blip of construction on westbound I-70 just outside of Idaho Springs.
I think the
partly sunny with a high near 63.
trash moves a little bit when you throw right as you throw it.
Traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 K-How. This report is brought to you by Walgreens.
Looking to save money on your Medicare Part D prescriptions? As a preferred pharmacy, Walgreens offers copays as low as $0 on Tier 1 generics and select plans. Search your prescriptions and start saving today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
I went out to the Art of Granite, and I met Mitch. Came from America.
So is there a pipe that can't
he starts
be
working in
done
granite, and then decides to have his own place.
Plastic.
Fabricator. They
Plastic. Oh, plastic path.
Oh, actually, what if you have
in your home in a warehouse?
You can burst plastic. It doesn't.
Where do they fail? Where do they wait? How do you burst plastic? It doesn't burst apart.
Well, it will. I mean, you're talking. So only this 4 inches, and these are 6-inch metal with a cable about that thick. So it's going to bust it. It doesn't break away as easy as clay, obviously.
Okay, so
for no charge.
It's bigger, not smaller.
How it's done the right way.
The bursting head is 6 inches for most pipes. I mean,
and
we
it goes
can
right through the glass. Not the pressure. It's got to move dirt and every car had.
Yeah, it's a ton of torque. Yeah.
What kind of a machine is it?
Well,
online at artofgranite.net.
Yeah, I mean, we can hook it to our backhoes or a generator to run it. We usually use a generator.
That will help protect your furniture, drapes, and woodwork from fading and deterioration. Using only solar power, your Solux awning will extend itself on sunny mornings.
Just come out to one of our jobs sometime. It's a lot like watching grass grow.
I've seen when everything's underground, right? I mean, so you can't really.
I mean, yeah, you can kind of look in the hole.
Well, when they trench and they're going to replace, you're digging everything up.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Hiring is tough. You want access to highly qualified candidates fast, and you don't want to sign a long-term contract or pay upfront fees. That's why you need Indeed.com, delivering 6 times more hires than any other job site, according to independent research. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit.
$2,000.
Conditions and quality standards apply.
What is?
Where your DNA comes from when 23
Amazon will be.
Just keeps going. Hey, didn't Alibaba come out with earnings?
45% of Kate's DNA.
I don't know. Where does Alibaba at? That's a good stock too, honestly.
Is it Baba?
Yeah, BABA.
Yeah, they're jumping up. They're jumped up.
They're a good stock.
They're going to introduce cryptocurrency too.
That's smart. Amazon should do this.
That's exactly what I say. Amazon would at least, I would at least think about it.
They'll buy one of them.
Transmission and auto repair has a special you can't miss. Find
because you could always, they'll back it up if you buy it for
just $89 plus parts, or free. But you get more than just.
See, I would leave the table right now. Because I'm up 50%. Blackjack, second, I'm up 50%. I'm out of there.
303-781-9858. 303-781-9858. And on my referral list at referralist.com. Ideal Home Loans has a program to fit you. They can help you with that consolidation.
We worked with a customer recently who called. They wanted to consolidate their bills. We were able to do that. They were saving a grand total of $1,100. We showed them how to pay $600 of that, apply back towards their new mortgage. They are going to be completely debt-free. Mortgage and all. Just over 12 years.
303-867-7000, 867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Equals to be lender regulated by NMLS 1367563. Conditions call.
Yeah, not real life.
Mornings 5 to 10. How will the world react to President Trump's 2018 State of the Union speech? Will there be any "you lie" moments? Will it be tamed?
I had $1,500 a second ago. I have 25.
Starting at 6:06 here on 6:30.
What are you highlighting? Oh, okay, thanks.
So you know the call-ins.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, Plumline Services in the house. If you have any questions about home services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and trades, Bob Logan. And, of course, we have you calling in with your problems, questions, and complaints. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome. If you get in, if you call in, we'll get right to you. Like Karen? Okay. Let's talk, Karen. What's happening? Are you there, Karen? Okay, find out if she's there. People, if you wait just a little, I'll get to you. I also have a woman with a trust and a question, and I reviewed her documents. Of course.
That was her, Tom. I'll try to call her.
Oh, okay. Okay. Keith, what's going on with you, Keith? Welcome.
Hi there.
What's new?
Well, fighting traffic tickets isn't very lucrative, so I'm considering a new line of work.
And by the way, your method for fighting traffic tickets, I do have to go through it one more time because we forgot it and we were trying to explain it to, who were we trying to explain it to?
I don't remember, but he says he kicks it up to federal court.
You don't believe it, Mark? You shook your head no. Do you think?
No. I'm not believing that it didn't work for him one time. What I'm saying is, in general, it would be a very tough. I mean, what happens when they just charge you anyhow and hit your license? Then what do you do? Hire an attorney?
Well, let's go over that after you. What are you calling about right now, Keith?
I'm going into a new line of work.
What do you mean a new line of work? Your line of work was not defending fighting tickets, was it?
No, not really.
You were just joking. So what kind of business you want to go in?
Stand up.
Well, you're doing a hell of a job at it.
You don't strike me as a funny dude, man. Tell me about yourself.
Well, did you know that the post office is issuing a new stamp next month commemorating prostitution?
Really?
It's a 49-cent stamp, but if you want to lick it, it costs $1.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. Well, you think that was funny. I wasn't as funny as maybe. Okay. Listen, Keith, really, have you always had an interest in comedy?
No, but I've always been told I'm funny.
Yeah, but looks don't count.
Now, Keith,
that's also a plus.
Why don't you come in as a common man?
I think he's in a different state, man.
Where are you?
I'm 3.5 hours southeast of you.
Okay. That would put you in.
If I can sell my house and get back somewhere closer.
What area is that?
Lana.
I was going to say Lana. I have not heard that place mentioned in years. So, Keith, what do you need from me? You want to go into stand-up. What do you need? Advice?
I was just curious what you had to say about this.
I know. Listen, here's what I know. I know a lot of stand-up comics. And it's a brutal, brutal business. Difficult to make money, and it has a smaller percentage of success than the corporate world. In the corporate world, you have a prayer of becoming a middle manager, then a manager, then a higher manager, administrator, CEO, CFO.
more of a chance than making it in stand-up. You know, when you look at people who've made it in stand-up and they're icons, those are so few and far between compared to the people that work their asses off. For example, some of these comedy clubs and I don't mean the comedy club, I'm just talking about comedy clubs. They don't even pay comedians. You go there on and you're lucky to just be put on the marquee, just to go.
That's right.
And be part of it. You don't get paid.
And some of them you got to actually bring people in that'll pay a cover in order just to go up and do comedy.
Yeah. If they like you, then you have a shot.
No, if you're good, and this is the way it is with everything. I tell people, like with broadcasting, Tom, how do I want to do this, I want to do that in broadcasting. And I say, broadcasting is one of the few careers where you need no prerequisites at all if you're good. Obviously, you need to know how to read and write, and you need to present yourself, but that's part of it. If you didn't have a certain degree, no one cares. If you didn't come from a certain heritage, no one cares. They don't care about any of that if you can communicate effectively. If you can communicate effectively, you're in. And
I was in film and TV for 3 decades or more.
Okay, I might start calling you Clint. What else have you done? Hold on, Keith, let me just say this, okay? What did you do in TV and broadcasting?
Oh, up in Phoenix, I worked for PBS.
What did you do?
And in Boulder, I produced, directed, edited, and taped my own TV shows, and I was told they were some of the best.
Are you a talent? Were you in front of the camera as well?
On some movies, but mainly behind the camera.
Okay, all right, listen, Keith. That's another area that could really be lucrative because there's no prerequisites except that you're good. So, Keith, send me a resume, and I'll look it over and give you some advice. And I will, okay? And maybe a sample of your work. Suzanne, give him information on where he can send that stuff. I'm Troubleshooter, and as far as stand-up, I don't know. I have someone who can give advice if he's listening. He's Chuck Roy. He's a friend of mine. Chuck, if you're listening, give us a call. Save all your problems for me.
Oh, yeah, my taxes are going down.
Really?
I have no idea what
Oh, you know what? Hire himself when he doesn't pursue a professional.
Run or Pelosi's Armageddon. Quite as Brett. Hi, this is Brett.
I think he's very funny, Hiram. Have you ever heard him?
I have not, sir.
I heard his show. I actually know his show.
Well, what'd you think of it?
Oh,
your pocket is getting
it is good. It is good and dry, and I like it.
Sounds like it would be very dry.
Very, very funny. So I liked it. I really did.
Kind of like one of those things where you point out.
Think about it. Our future taxes like
Remember which episode that is?
That's been a couple. Are you the comedian that just...
He's going to come in. George is going to pop into the diner like he hasn't seen him forever. The race.
Oh, that's a...
Duncan! Boo! Duncan!
What was George there? Was he an architect?
Marine biologist.
Oh, was he a
He goes, oh, no. He was an architect. Have you seen the Guggenheim? But better than that, he goes. He goes, I see you're doing awful good for yourself with those shoes. Why does a millionaire have holes in their shoes?
Remember the squeaky shoes?
Squeaky shoe, no.
Squeaky shoe. The jacket. The
suit.
Where they walked on.
The suit
That's
was.
the suit.
It was George's suit.
The suit did
Yeah.
what?
It wasn't the shoes, it was his suit.
Squeaked?
Yep.
Yeah.
It made noise.
Swoosh. Swoosh.
Swoosh, that's
Swoosh.
right. Swoosh.
It was so bad.
Wait a minute.
That's such a classic show.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you did. You just got confused with the shoes.
And that's where there's going to half price sale. George goes,
The under.
for on
It was unadvertised.
Remember the book? Why was that book
Flag, baby.
It was, why was it flagged? Why was the red tag?
Because he brought it into the crap room.
And they wouldn't touch it. So, Mark, when I went to get my ID badge, the woman came out to me like this. And I said, what's the matter? She goes, well, somebody said they found it in the restroom.
That's how I handed it to her. I'm the one that found it.
Why didn't you just bring it to me?
I didn't know it was yours. It looked too brand new. I would have never guessed yours was brand new.
Well, when you lose them, you get new ones. They don't give you
just one every 5 months.
I didn't realize you lost another one.
No, you know the one. I don't lose them as often as you guys think. Have you ever lost yours ever?
No.
No? Okay. Well, then I guess it has been offered.
Because I put it in the same place.
I've seen him lose cash.
Oh, no, that's for sure.
He was panicked. Why he had this much cash, I have no idea, but he lost cash. But then he found it. And then, what did you lose like 2 weeks ago, but it was on your desk the whole time? That was pretty good.
I used to be plagued.
He went into full panic mode, and it was right on his desk. And I actually asked him, "Is that it on your desk?" No,
I'm way better than I used to be. Brought to you by.
Well, what are you doing in my room? I'm your sense of adventure.
Pro Auto, he's calling. He's not calling in.
You miss me? Who misses me? You know,
I talked to Alan Lang yesterday.
Is it $3 now?
I got a small claims court today or tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything wrong. I was just telling him that.
I mean, I was the one that tried to deal with that lady.
She was a nut.
Tell me what's going on with that one.
He did, so it came in for overheating. Radiator had a huge crack in it, hose was bursted, some other shit. So before they could do anything else, they have to repair the radiator and the hose. So they put a new radiator in, put a new hose on it, and then basically it comes back because it had a head gasket cracked when it overheated. So the woman wanted all her money back for the radiator and the hose.
Why?
Because they should have done it all at once.
Because they should have somehow magically have known, without repairing the radiator, that the head gasket was busted.
So they got all of that fixed, and then how long after did they say she had a head gasket?
I don't even know if it left the shop.
So why? But did it?
Because she thought she should have.
Was there more labor?
The head gasket? Yeah, the head gasket.
No. What I mean
thousands
is,
of dollars.
no. But had they done it at the same time, would it have saved her anything?
No.
She just as upset they didn't tell her.
Yeah, but there's no way they could have known with a broken hose and a broken radiator.
I know.
You can't even pressure check it because everything flies out the broken radiator.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And she was like a stewardess, and she had
let me guess, single mother?
No, she might have been a single mother. I mean, she was a single.
Of course she was.
What does a refurbished engine cost for a?
It's either single mother or
a refurbished engine,
for like a Ford F-150.
Disabled veteran. It's always disabled veteran.
Right, Mark? About 3,500
for what?
Refurbished engine for a Ford F-150.
Oh, what year?
2004.
God, I wouldn't do it.
But it would be about 3,500.
I'd put a used one in from Stadium that has like less than 50,000.
But Mark, what do you think about the price, though? Right? What I'm saying is,
no, a reman, a true reman's going to be more than 35.
So find one from Stadium, you said?
I'd find a used one at Stadium, buy their cheap warranty for 6 months. You'll know within a month it's a good engine.
I just spent $2,500. They did a compression test. Oh, this thing's fantastic. You just need this and this. So I spent $2,500. 3 weeks later.
Is it the 5.4?
Yes.
So did it actually blow, or did it seize, or?
Well, it's my daughter. So did it? Engine shot.
Yeah, was it burning a lot of oil, or was it? It could be just like a stuck lamp. So it's not burning oil.
No, they said the engine needs to be replaced.
So quit running.
It runs, but it barely. Yeah.
So how should
we
think about
do?
The rates are probably shot.
I feel actually very good. This will bring kind of
it feels like you're going. I mean, you're just vibrating as you're driving.
That sounds like you have a cylinder or a couple cylinders that aren't hitting.
Yeah. It could be anything, though, man. I mean, I'm sure the Ford.
You should take it to one of the guys, like like Sheridan or Pro Auto, and just have them look at it and stuff.
Well, I wouldn't do a rebuild on an 04. I'd find a good used one, man, from Stadium or somewhere, anywhere. The other one is, what's the other one? It's a big one. Stadium and starts with an L. LKQ.
So you think I can get that done for under 4,000?
Yeah.
How many miles?
How many miles on the car?
180.
180.
Jeez, see, that's where I go back, man. That transmission's going to be following, bro. Yeah.
How much is the transmission? This is the conversation we have about furnaces all the time.
No, 3, 4. Yeah.
That's $8,000. The vehicle's not worth $8,000.
Is it manual or?
Hi, Tom Martino here.
Welcome to the show. This show brought to you this hour by Pro Auto Care. I'm a consumer advocate and we solve problems. If you're new to Denver or Colorado, welcome to the show. One of the most popular shows
around, and the longest running radio show of its kind on the radio with the same host, and not just of its kind, the longest running radio show with the same host currently on the air, and we love doing what we do. Thank you for letting me do what we do, and for trusting me. Tell people about the show, because the more that listen, the more that can spread around the news. We can talk about the scams. We can get a heads up on what's going on. We are the original social media, live reviews, and all of it wrapped up into one show. Pro Auto Care has been servicing my cars, even the new ones. Yes, you can have work done by Pro Auto Care. It doesn't void warranties. The only thing you have to go to the dealer for is the warranty work. Now, of course, I happen to have a great dealer, Pure Force Chevrolet, but, you know, no matter what, for quick oil changes and stuff, Pro Auto Care, and they are my car nanny, which means they prompt me and remind me when things are due based on my VIN number and based on the manufacturer's guidelines. The other thing I love is they always keep my fluids topped and everything done, and in between every single repair, I have automatic roadside assistance, because they give 36,000 miles of roadside assistance and a warranty on all repairs. So that is usually between most repairs and maintenance, right? You're always with roadside assistance. Pro Auto Care, 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations, Evans and I-25, and Bowles and Santa Fe, those areas. 303 Pro Auto, on the website 303proauto.com. Karen, okay, so you have some concerns about a trust. Welcome to the show. And let's talk. You have a trust. Now, you just have to answer some basic questions for me, and then I'll give you the answers, because I reviewed your documents. Now, I'm not giving you legal advice, of course. I'm talking to you as if you were my sister or friend, what I would do. So who is Billy Miller?
Billy Miller, Jr. or Senior? Senior's my dad.
Senior. Okay, this is the dad. And who is Inez?
My mom.
Okay, so Mom and Dad did a trust for how many people?
I think originally, a long time ago, all of us were on there.
Four, right?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think not that many. It was even a little while. I mean, I'm not sure how many years ago, a decade maybe. Only my little brother and I were put on there,
right,
and dividing up the property.
Right. That's right. And then we have a what's called an amendment. And this was the latest amendment. And this amendment basically took Billy Sr., the dad, and took him out as a trustee, and basically running the trust, and gave it to his son, or excuse me, is Billy, i.e. a man, right? Yeah, Billy Jr. Yeah, Billy Jr., BJ, he is the trustee now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but they did not remove you.
Hello? Yeah, they did remove on the amendment.
Where did they remove you? I only see that that Billy Sr. resigned and Billy Jr. took over. I don't see anything where it says you're out of there. So that's the part I don't. That's the part well, I'll look at again. It's basically, you know, I don't want to bore people with reading. It says we created this trust, and due to the terms, we have the full power to change it. And my wife, basically, Inez, died. And by the way, sorry, you lost your mom. When was that? When did she die?
It's been about 9 years. So
it's tough.
Been a while,
I know, but it's tough to lose a mom. Do you get along well with your parents?
I did actually. I missed them both. It was hard when my dad passed away, because when both your parents are gone, it's like it's like here's what I say. Here's what I say. It's like you no longer have a safety net. When my mom died, I realized I said to my friends, I don't have a safety net. I am now dangling without a line. It was kind of like without a lifeline. It's my connection to the universe. My connection to the universe is gone, and now your best friend.
Yeah. So it is a weird feeling. You're an orphan. Well, anyway, so here's the deal. You have the surviving dad at the time. He amended as follows. Okay, listen to as follows. He says, upon death of the surviving grantor, all property of the trust shall be distributed to Junior. If Junior fails to survive both grantors, all such property will then go to Miller, Who's Miller? Oh, that's Junior's dependents. Okay, never mind. That's what it says. And if all such beneficiaries fail to survive the grantors, all trust property shall then go to Jenny. And Jenny is...
his wife.
Okay, but here's what I don't understand. Okay? You are taken out of it, I guess. Why, at that time, did he take you out of it?
I don't know. See, I didn't know any of this was happening. I was asking questions.
It says if the initial trustees refuse or cease to serve as trustee, the surviving grantor appoints the following persons in the following order of priority. So it's first Junior, then his wife, then who's Brittany?
Brittany and Carrie are his daughters.
So they totally aced you out. Even the daughter-in-law got priority over you. The question is why. But here's the other thing. This was done. I mean, it's done. And it was done years ago. So what makes you think it's 2015? What makes in August of 2015? I guess I didn't read that one paragraph where, yeah, you are nixed. I thought it was just substituting leadership, but it actually nixed you right out of it. Why?
I don't know. That's where I was. I asked my dad what was,
Wait, then 10 days later, after this is weird. The same year, 10 days later, by written agreement, we created this, and basically we're amending it again. I'm amending it. Pursuant to the power, here's what I do. Revoke entirely the following provision, and that is provision substituted in its place. So it revoked entirely whatever 5.4 said, and I looked, and it was instead to Karen, you get $10,000. Oh wait, no, you get $50,000.
Yeah.
Did you get $50K?
Yeah, and my other brother got 10.
Okay, so he look, it sounds to me. First of all, your brother Billy Jr. He's a junior. Did he take care of Dad?
He kind of, sort of did.
Well, I think that's what happened, Karen. Bottom line, if I'm looking at this objectively, it looks like your mom and Dad had a really close relationship with Billy, and Billy took care of Dad, and then in one day he said to Dad, hey, Dad, take care of me and my family. So he amended everything to take care of Billy and his family and aced you and your brother out except for 50 grand for you. But, man, your brother only gets 10 grand. What did he say about that?
He was not upset because that was my dad he had borrowed that money from my dad years ago, and it was just that my dad was repaying him.
So basically, yeah, but he didn't get any extra money. At least you got 50K. Yeah,
I mean,
how much did your brother get, do you think, after disposing of everything and paying the estate bills?
He's got. I mean, I don't think I don't know. I think he got a lot because he lived on that property and hasn't paid rent or anything for years.
Well, he doesn't have to pay rent. It's his.
What's that?
He doesn't have to pay rent.
Well, I know, but he just lived there for free and it basically...
Karen, do you understand your parents were allowed to let him live there?
Oh, I know, and that's... I didn't mind that.
In fact, I think I should tell this to everyone listening. Parents have no obligation to be fair. They can do... I
know.
Okay.
I mean, but years and years that the property, the half was supposed to be mine. My mom and dad said...
No more. But then again, but why didn't he provide for that in the will and in the trust?
My little brother bullied him. He was very...
Okay. See, that's where we're getting to it. So it comes down to this, Karen. You want to contest it. When did he die?
July of last year.
Okay. You want to contest the will, basically. You're saying that you don't believe it. How are you going to prove that? Do you have a notary here? Did you go to the notary?
The notary, I think, was the lawyer.
Well, no, the lawyer probably would not be the notary. It could be, but did you talk to the lawyer?
I did, but he said he couldn't counsel me on what...
No, he can't counsel you, but did he say he thought your dad was acting in free will?
He wouldn't even talk to me.
Okay. Then you would have to subpoena him as a witness. He can say it's not violating a trust to talk about your client being of sound mind, But it all boils down to that, Karen. Here's what it boils down to, because I also consulted, we consult David Salisbury on a lot of things. It all comes down to this. It's a lawsuit. That's what it is. There is no easy path. You sue your brother to contest the will, and then you have to prove, not beyond a shadow of a doubt, but a reasonable preponderance of the evidence. A preponderance of the evidence. It doesn't mean beyond all shadow of any doubt. It's not that much of a burden. You just have to show a preponderance of evidence that he was not of sound mind. What would you show? Do you have doctors? You can subpoena doctors. There is no HIPAA for a dead person.
Okay, I probably could, because he was at the VA hospital, and I took him there one time, and they actually, the state took his license away from him, and he went there.
And if he if he did not have sound mind, they will go back to the last time he did. And what did that leave? What did the trust leave before he did it? It was all equal, the three of you, right?
The three of us, and I think later on just the two of us.
Okay, well, okay. So, Karen, you got a point. You have nothing. But I see everything legal. I'm not giving you legal opinion. I'm saying everything is signed, sealed, and delivered, and I think you're going to have a very, very, very tough time, and it's going to cost you a minimum of $25,000, probably more like $50,000, to take this all the way through to a trial.
I know, that's what really upsets me.
But that's life. That's what you have to do. You have to sue. You have to file, and David Salisbury does not litigate.
I don't think she's got a chance in hell, though. I think
let's
she'd
say
be
this.
wasting money.
Let's say this. These amendments were signed on a certain date.
Yeah.
You go to the closest physical he had, and you subpoena the medical records. What if the doctor says, Mark, what if, I don't know, but what if he says, oh my goodness, in my notes here, he didn't know his name, he didn't know this, he didn't know that. She would win. It's not as difficult as I make it sound. It's the procedure that costs money. But I would go to this date, and I would find doctors' office checkups and appointments as close to that date as possible. Not after, cannot be after. It can be a day after, a week after. Now, do you have doctor's appointments that he made prior to this, just prior? And it can't even be, I would say, not even a year. Well, yeah, if he was a year before, it only gets worse. It doesn't get better. You'd ask the doctor, well, what do you think you would be doing in a year from now? Yes, you can do that. So you need that, and you need the notary, and you need the attorney, and you have a case.
Okay.
So you have to hire an attorney and get moving on it.
Okay. Well,
anything else?
Well, FYI, I don't know if you remember, my dad was Bill Miller that called you years ago about the gnats that were eating.
Oh my God! Morgellons disease.
That was my dad.
Morgellons. He set me off on loads of research. That poor man. He was burning his arms. Did he ever get over that?
A little bit, but not really.
Well, Karen, I want to tell you something, okay? That's considered a psychological ailment more than a physical one. You know that, right?
Yes.
He literally thought he had little things crawling through his skin. Now, it's very likely this guy was off his rocker.
Well, that's what...
he was off his rocker when he called me. He was not sounding sane at all.
No, and that was years ago. So that's where
Oh, my goodness gracious. But did he ever... in his older age, he didn't burn his skin and scrape it off anymore, did he?
He still did it for quite a few years.
I'm telling you, Karen, you have a good case. I don't know how much you'll get. If the whole estate's $300, you're only going to get your share of that. I just
want my half of the
all right,
property.
well, okay, I got to run, but listen, I don't even know what attorney I would get to litigate it. I think David Salisbury would have some really, really good information for you. And Suzanne can get you that number, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joe Lazar is an attorney that everyone eventually need. David Salisbury is an attorney you'll almost always need with wills and probate and trust, but Joe Lazar is someone I hope you never need, Joe Lazar, because he does criminal defense. Oh, my God, being accused of anything is just terrible, isn't it? But when you do something stupid like drink and drive, something that can be avoided, don't do it. Uber and Lyft. Yes, Uber and Lyft, they're so ubiquitous. They're so convenient. They're all over. And what I love is that, you don't have to worry about drinking. Now, the other thing is get a designated driver. But the best thing to do is don't try to calculate. Just abstain if you're going to drive. If you get into trouble, whether it was stupid, intentional, whatever it is, or an innocent mistake, Joe is there to represent you for this and other traffic and other criminal defense matters. 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. Lazara has 2 Z's and 1 R. LazaraLegal.com.
You know, Tom, I know you say that parents aren't obliged to split everything up among kids equally, but I'm telling you, if you want to cause your siblings to have a rivalry, just do that. Just parents, just go give what they did. They will never talk again.
You ruin the family, don't you?
You ruin the family.
Isn't that terrible?
It is terrible, but like I say, that's what happens.
Yeah, but how about if say your sister watched your mother at her house and took care of her till the day she died?
Sure, but not, and I say, you know, and writing up there, and we'd like to give this much to her and stuff, you know, whatever. But I'm talking, this one son was given it $10,000. We don't know how much it was, but like I say, that causes more hate and discontent among siblings.
But what if it's not the kids doing it to each other, it's the parents?
I know, but what they do...
Do you know how many times one child is left more than the rest, and they fucking always said they were manipulated? This call, Mark, how many times do we get a call like this? Okay, you know, you've heard them. Yeah. They're always the same. He wasn't of sound mind.
Right. No, but like I say, that to me, I wouldn't even mind, like my neighbor up at the cabin, he's going to get it all. His other 2 siblings aren't going to get anything. And I told him, I said,
why though? Why do you think?
Because they don't participate with their mom and dad.
Well, then why the fuck? I know, why should they be upset?
I know. What I'm saying is, I says that's great for you, but I'll guarantee you, you'll never talk to your brothers and sisters again.
Fuck them. They never talk to their parents, so who cares?
So,
my kids piss me off. I'll leave it to you.
Well, I thought I was kind of in your...
I'll have the richest cat in the damn world. Fluffy. Orangey.
When Fluffy goes...
Do you have a cat named Orangey?
Yes, and it's orange.
Is it really orange?
Yes. My first Doberman was Dobie.
I know, I remember that. God, he was
his very first
dog. Dobie, was a giant.
He was a big Doberman.
And he was a good looking.
You know who I got him from?
The best looking Doberman I think I've ever seen is that
Max Fun.
And are you shitting me? And boy, was he a nice boy, dog. He was a nice dog. You know,
Max Fun.
I'm telling you, get bored.
He was a good dog, man.
Yeah.
He died normal age for a Doberman.
And he was so friendly. And he looked fierce.
Bella's coming on. Bella's in great shape. She's over 12. She runs around chasing deer every day.
Really?
The beagle, though, that fucking beagle.
Your Doberman chases deer and stuff?
Yeah, just for fun, just like.
Right.
Yeah.
Just barks at
If they turn, like when they have fawns with them, if they turn around, she knows. She knows. Oh, okay, that was fun. I gotta go up on the deck now before I get stabbed.
Playtime's over.
The funniest was the wild turkey, though. She went right up to the damn turkey, and finally the turkey. There's like, you know, they go in a little pack, man. There was like 15 of them. The head bitch turned around and started heading. I never seen that Doberman run so quick. She bolted up our back steps like, I'm out of here.
The geese, too, will go after dogs.
Talking about your beagle yapping.
They're not.
17 years, had a yappy little tiny white dog next to cars, and it was the best day of my life.
You could have poisoned it.
2 weeks later.
I'm just kidding. I would never do
Wait, 2 weeks later, what? Another one?
Another day. I think it's the same damn dog.
Sold the house and the dog.
It's a young guy. I think the dog came with the house.
Yeah, little.
I gotta figure out a way to get rid of it.
You just little. What do you call it? Antifreeze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's sweet and it's got alcohol in it. Yeah.
And the dog won't get cold anymore. You're doing it a favor.
It won't freeze up anyway.
I can't imagine ever killing a dog.
So he's coming up
Now, if
sooner
the dog
or
was
later.
attacking me, I'd have no problem. You know what you do? You shove your fist right down their throat. Literally stop their breathing.
I had to change
That's how you
mine.
get rid of the
Got
big
moved
dog.
into a lunch. Alright.
As he bites your fist as it goes through.
No, you just literally, you cram right through everything you can, and you shove it right into his throat, and that's it. You will be torn up, but you won't be dead.
You were talking about German Shepherds. When I was a kid, I was terrified because I was walking, we had 2 toy poodles. I was walking them, 2 German Shepherds, ate one of them.
Ate one of them?
And,
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, the art of granite.
That name says a lot. It means that you will get a piece of art almost with this granite. Mitch Fleury has started Art of Granite, and here was his philosophy. I want to not charge other than wholesale for the counter material. I only want to charge for what I do, the fabrication and installation. That's what he does. So the slabs you buy, or whatever granite, or whatever solid surface you buy, is wholesale. Then he charges for fabrication and installation. Whatever you do in the kitchen, he does in the bathroom free. And like cabinets, he'll do a vanity. You do counters, he'll do a counter. The other thing is he will haul away, tear out and haul away everything free. He has the mountain communities and the metro area in his pocket 7 days a week. So all of it's taken care of. The best thing about Mitch Fleury, what do you think I love him the most? And this, I wish more businesses did this. And Bob, I know your business can at Plumline. I mean, you guys, there's variables and stuff, but this guy, if you give him square footage and a picture, just square footage and a picture, he gives a price. A price. And he'll say, now obviously, do you want cabinets or countertops? You want both? Here's what it is. Now, this is based on granite, or this is based on this. If you change the material, it changes. Mark did it 3 times and it's never changed because, you know, he knows his prices. That's what I love. Give him a call. Take a photograph. Give him a call. He'll tell you where to email it. He can estimate for you over the phone. If you like it, then you go to his showroom in Golden, 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net. Okay, so we have a line, well, we have a few lines open. You can get right through. Plumline Services with us. Bob Logan is here in the house talking, and we talked about sewers a lot. And now with electrical, I want to say this, and I will take Joseph's problem right now, and then I want to talk about electrical. Electrical, there's an oddity about electrical problems in a home, and most people ignore them. In fact, electrical problems cause more problems than other things. You know, furnaces can cause fires and boilers can blow up and stuff, but electrical fires are more common, but they're the most ignored, whereas you'll never ignore the boiler because of hot water or water heater, and you don't ignore furnaces. Joseph, what's happening? 303-713-TALK. You can get right through with problems, questions, and complaints, or just sound off. I'll give you 15 seconds uninterrupted to do an online review or rant. What's happening, Joe?
I was taken by Sears.
Sears?
I got a bed.
A bed?
They knew that I cannot return the bed.
You cannot return bed, right? Yeah, you.
I don't have no transportation.
Tom?
Yes.
He says on his contract it says he has 3 days to return the bed. I have a hard time believing it would say that about a bed.
Well, no. They allow you to return beds if under certain circumstances. Now, you're right about the mattress. I think that's odd too. But you're saying on your receipt you had 3 days. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the problem?
They would not take it back.
Okay. When did you buy it, Joseph? What date did you buy it?
I made the order on the 1st of December.
Okay. Now, on the 1st of December, you ordered it. When was it delivered?
On the 9th.
Okay. So I think it's 3 days from the 9th, if it's 3 days at all. You're saying...
I called. I slept on it.
Yes.
That night.
Yes.
And it felt like a bed of rocks. So I called on the desk.
It felt like a metal box? Wow.
A bed of rocks.
Oh, a bed of rocks. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
It turned into a mountain.
Okay.
And I had to sleep on. I told her before I bought that bed, I wanted a flat bed.
Okay. Listen, you don't have to go into all that. If you had a 3-day time, when you called him the next day, what did they say?
They say, well, you have to wait 30 days. We'll not pick it up.
They said you have to wait 30 days?
Yes.
And then what would they do?
Well, I called back 30 days. Then they said, well, they have another terminology, 30-30.
They had a what?
Wait,
oh, Lord.
Okay, hold on a second.
I mean, if he just needs a truck, I'll help him bring the mattress back. I don't even know where it's at.
Yeah, Joseph, I want to ask a few questions very quickly. Do you only need transportation? Is that the only thing you're looking for?
That plus, now they this is the 30th of...
Let's have Suzanne maybe talk to him.
I will. But Joseph, will they take it back now, or are they saying it's too late? Just tell me, is it too late? Just say too late.
No, they will take it back, but I have to pay $100.
Okay, that may not be terrible, depending. How much was it?
$800.
$800. Why are they charging you $100? What did they say the reason was?
They said 70 days restocking fee. That is not on the contract.
If you took it back within the 3 days, would there have been restocking charges?
I assume so.
Well, but you're saying it's not on. He's saying it's not on the contract. Go ahead.
Daphne's been helping him.
Okay, let's do that.
She just said they said he needed to sleep on it for 30 days. He called a different mattress company, and they said it was a bad one. Then Sears said they would take it back. That's what Daphne just IM'd me.
Okay, so basically it's going to be taken care of. Is that what we're saying, in essence?
I guess so.
So, Joseph, why don't you keep working with Daphne? She usually gets things done because of her, what would you call it? Woodpeckering. Yeah. I was going to say henpecking, but isn't that sexist when you say henpecking? Because isn't it chicken pecking, not just hens? Don't roosters peck?
I don't know.
I think they do.
A hen house. I've always heard, go to the hen house.
Yeah, I think that's sexist too nowadays.
Bok, bok.
You got to be careful. Jeremy, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, Tom? I called Plumline.
Hold on, Jeremy. Hold on. Suzanne, we got to call him back or something. This line is terrible. He had a question for Plumline. Jeremy, we will take you next, okay? Just hang on, and I just have to figure out what's going on with your line, all right? Stem cell therapy is provided by Centeno Schultz. Why do I mention this? Because so many people are looking into stem cell therapy. First, they ask me, does it work? The answer is yes, it does, but it doesn't always work perfectly for your situation. It depends on what you have. It may not work with some situations. That's why I detest these chiropractic offices and other people who have jumped into stem cell therapy making all kinds of promises they can't keep. Dr. Centeno will take a look at your case, or Dr. Schultz, or the rest of them, and they will say if they believe stem cell will work. If stem cells they don't think will be a good solution, they have other solutions because they're MDs, they're docs, and they know what they're doing. They have PRP and other things. So, be evaluated by a real medical clinic who uses real living stem cells. Those other offices that have stem cells shipped in are not using living stem cells. They must be harvested from you and delivered to you in a guided injection. So insist on that, and you'll get it at Centeno Schultz, the first clinic to do stem cell therapy in the country, and they're located right here in Broomfield. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. That's Centeno Schultz on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Hi, it's Botus. Yes, it's
going to basically say this. My best assumption is the memo is going to say that they paid for this dossier, or whatever they call it. Dossier, this fucking French word for paper. They paid for this report on Trump. Yes. That was all fake. Everybody agrees that. The whole thing was, all of it was. Well, pretty much the entire thing was
the FBI paid for it? What is that?
No, the FBI didn't pay for it.
Oh.
The Democrats paid for it.
Well, no, I think the FBI paid some money to get it too.
Well,
so who would they pay to get it?
But it gets worse than this. They paid this guy from MI6 or something, some retired
because I was told
secret
that this was
agent.
going to show that Trump obstructed justice.
No, not at all. Totally different.
That's what Seth Meyers said.
Of course. So what happens is they take this and they use that for a basis to get basically a FISA warrant so they can eavesdrop on the Trump campaign.
Okay.
So
The basis was that
paid.
he was colluding with the Russians.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the basis.
Correct. But how they got the warrant to wiretap Trump Tower and everything else was because of this fake fucking paper.
Why didn't they release that memo to begin with?
Because it's a classified document.
They said there's classified material.
Yeah, he was trying to get the document. Is Mueller trying to get it?
No, Mueller's got nothing to do with this.
No, well, he's investigating Trump.
That's got nothing to do with this, though.
What is he investigating? What part? What?
Mueller is investigating whether the campaign was colluding with Russia.
But isn't that what this is about?
No, this is about the FBI getting, basically, creating stuff on citizens so they can eavesdrop.
Okay. And one of them was
one of them happened to be Trump while he was running for president.
But it is the reason that they did the special investigation.
I know, that's the part that's even more amazing. If they didn't break the rules and get this FISA warrant with the fake paper,
they wouldn't have found out
there wouldn't have been
from
a
the poisonous tree, right?
Yeah, but there wasn't any fruit. That's the whole thing.
Well, I thought they had evidence that he was talking to Russia.
No, they have nothing.
Well, I mean, they met, in the thing, and what the son walked out of the meeting.
They had nothing, there's nothing illegal.
Right.
How's that?
Right. There you go.
But I can't believe the FBI is so fucking corrupt.
And you remember when Trump was in during the election, and he said, "Hey, Obama's
eavesdropping,"
and
everybody thought he was fucking crazy.
Oh, you're right.
But he literally was eavesdropping.
They told him he was a nut.
Yes.
There's going to be heads rolling. So yesterday, the second man in charge at the FBI stepped down all of a sudden. He didn't get fired. He stepped down. Well, I guarantee he's going to be in these memos. He's going to be part of the fucking problem. You know it. Why does he still get to go another 3 weeks and get full retirement if this is true?
Does he get full retirement?
Right now he's getting fully paid, so he hits his tenure and gets his full retirement.
10 years? I hope it's more than 10 years.
20 years. Tenure is what I meant to say. Tenure doesn't mean 10 years.
Tenure. It's like Dozier, you said.
Dozier. Fucking Dozier.
Dossier.
No, some people say
Who?
Dozier.
Who says that?
This guy on Google.
Seth, whatever.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers. Is that who you look like?
He is very, very credible.
Hey, we've got a legal call. Can we try to get the Bulldog on, please?
I do say you say that tongue in cheek, right, Tom? I assume.
Well, I mean, other than CNN.
No matter what, we know one thing. He did vote for Clinton. I have no doubt about it.
Actually, I did not. I absolutely did not. That's for sure. I voted for Trump.
Like I said,
good job.
He voted for Clinton.
Him
and Ted colluded.
It was the lesser of evils.
No, I know what you're saying. A lot of people
He's not an ideal candidate.
But Ted goes, I didn't vote for Hillary. I voted against Trump. That's what Ted said. I said, I think you're saying that was red. This is a different color red. But
I can't wait for the. I'm going to crack open a few beers tonight and sit and watch the entire thing, man.
I am too.
To me, this is a Super Bowl.
Some popcorn.
I want to have
some sandwiches.
I want to have sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
I might have a steak.
Might have a steak. Oh, I agree. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be big league.
It's going to be super big league, baby.
Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. If you're looking for a used car, truck, SUV, or van, Rocky's. You have such a big selection of used vehicles.
good, clean cars. You get a Carfax with everyone. They own everyone. You'll never have a title problem like we hear people calling about title problems and all kinds of problems. You won't have that here, and they will pass emissions. And you have the Rockies name for it, in business 30 years, more than 30 years now. And they have selection in both automobiles, price, color, models, makes, and financing. 40 lenders to choose from. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8. Rockies, 303-426-4646. Shop around, but definitely put them on the list, okay? Now, Pastor Richmond wants to talk to us. What is going on, Pastor? And I want to get that guy who called in for Plumline, and his phone was so bad, wasn't it?
Tom, he needed a referral for the Springs because Plumline doesn't go to the Springs.
Okay.
And
American
he was
Electric.
driving. I'm already texting him.
All right. Now, Pastor Richmond, what is happening? You're the one with the wonderful church that feeds the homeless, the poor, and you reach out to them in ministry and in food and in clothing. What's going on?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say you guys have been absolutely amazing with your help and your volunteers and your listeners, and so we just wanted to give a shout-out to them. Well, you know, we've had people come in and help drive and just go out and then willing to work on, take care of that shuttle for us, so we're just so appreciative of all that. We've been able to reach out more intentional since Christmas, and every Sunday trying to bring in homeless from the St. Francis Center and from the homeless hotels. And we had one guy that was in who was actually hit by a light rail train and was in church last Sunday.
Wow.
And we had another guy off the street, in the street for 6.5 years, said he'd never been in church in his life except for a funeral or a wedding, and he's been in church twice. Heroin addiction put him out on the street. And so, you know, those stories are just all over the place. And if there's still a listener who would like to volunteer, even if it's once a month or once 2 months, to help drive people in, maybe has a van, would be willing to help bring people in, we are trying to get in as many as we can. And so, again, we wanted to just thank you for all you guys.
Well, I'm happy to put out the word. Suzanne, put up a number that would be convenient. Pastor, you do a lot of what we really like. I've heard such wonderful stories about people who were on the street with addiction or on the street with just had nothing, and they went to church. One thing led to another. They got counseling, they got clothing, they got food, they got on their feet, and they changed their entire life. In fact, a lot of your regular parishioners are those kinds of people.
Yeah, that's correct. We have a guy coming right now that we is in a homeless hotel. Him and his wife, he's struggling with PTSD, but Marine reconnaissance, but he's coming faithfully, and he wants to tell his story this coming Sunday.
What a wonderful thing you do, really. Lauren, Pastor Lauren, Lauren's number, let's do it. It's 303-916-3246. Is that a good number?
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
So you're looking for volunteers, no matter what they can give, even one day a month, one day every couple of months, a couple days a week, or however frequent or infrequent. But if you can be a regular volunteer, they would love it. If you can drive and help pick up people to take them in for church, it's way more than church. It's food, it's fellowship, it's clothing. It changes lives. So if you want to take part in any way, please call them. Do you know he has a full-time job in addition to his church? This guy gives free because he receives free. He does not live off of the church. What a wonderful man and his wife doing this work. 303-916-3246. Okay. Love talking to these people. Let's talk about loans right now. What is an effective interest rate? Rates are going up. People are afraid. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans.
Well, Tom, what we've got, we have so many people who call our office and, they're buried in credit card debt. Maybe you have $30,000 or $40,000 and they're up at night because they're making payments on these credit cards and they're not getting anywhere. But they really are hung up on what their current interest rate is on their home loan right now. You know, maybe they took advantage of rates when we got down to that 3.25 number, and they're really reluctant to give that number up. But what we can show them again and again, because of how much money we're saving them each and every month, we can take half of that savings, apply it back towards their new mortgage that has all their credit card debt included in it, show them how to pay their house off more quickly, but lower the effective interest rate across all of their debt. Now that their credit cards are included in their mortgage and they're prepaying on their mortgage, they'll get an effective interest rate in the high 2s or even mid 2s sometimes, depending on how much we're paying them. And so that's what you've really got to pay attention to, is you have to sit down and see, what are you effectively paying with the savings you're generating?
Right.
Because they're not able to put that money into savings right now. They're not able to prepay their existing mortgage. We can show them how to get ahead on all 3 fronts.
Not only that, but you help them after they pay off their credit cards to pay that portion of the loan quicker, so they're not financing consumables over a long period of time. The whole thing works great, Brent. Thank you. 303-867-7000. Put yourself in a better situation. 303-867-7000. The website is idealhomeloans.com, and I see that Brian has a question on reverse mortgages we'll go to after the break, and we have some other questions. I'll get to all of your calls. Now, Frank Duran, the real estate man, is someone you want to talk to if you're looking to buy real estate, because Brent can, at Ideal, they'll finance it. You get a pre-approval. It's like a cash deal. You're already approved. Now, Frank Duran can help you find the place. Frank Duran, the real estate man, I don't, words don't describe it. He is helping me with something now. I've seen him help other people, and you wonder, where does he get the time, where does he get the energy to devote that much to each customer? You have to experience this rock star service, and whether you're buying or selling, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic.
Present people excluded.
No, I agree. It's going to be good tonight.
Oh, it's going to be fucking great, man.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be real good. It's funny some of those Dems aren't going. They're just going to look like fucking idiots.
What do you mean they're not going? Are you serious? They're not going to show up?
Yeah, who's the black woman? The older lady. What's her name, though?
She is a crook.
What's her name?
She's from San Francisco up there.
There's 8 or 9 Dems.
She's the one that said during the riots and stuff that, what was that saying that she would go? I'll look it up.
Stack up original Pringles, cheddar cheese Pringles, and another original. Boom! You got yourself the grilled cheese stack. Stack different flavors, create endless new ones with Pringles. Adults who have crooked teeth and always wanted to deal with them, there is a way to do that in 2 years or less, sometimes 6 months to a year, depending on what your problem is. Crooked teeth sometimes comes from
her name, Maxine Waters, is a. What was it she said during the riots? What she said?
I think at one point, when that guy got drug out of the truck and killed, she was like he deserved it or something along those lines.
No, she said, no justice, no peace. As a representative, she went around saying that it was all basically, she's just that. She's kept.
But I think ultimately it makes her look stupid not going. I mean, that's the part that I don't understand.
No, not her followers.
No, I don't know, man.
Her followers are stupid. Maxine Waters. And you ever hear her talk? She even talks dumber than, who's the minority leader? The woman from
Nancy Pelosi. I find that hard to believe.
She is dumber.
Pelosi just said something the other day. Let's make America white again, she says.
She said that a few, and I just...
Even though black unemployment is down further than it ever has.
Her interview last night on CNN, they brought her up, and she mentioned that same thing again. That's what the Republicans are doing. They want to make America white again. And nobody holds her feet to the fire. She is dumb.
Well, the voters did.
Yeah, but it's California. They are dumb. Maxing waters. I tell you, California has put us up. It's pretty much the most dumbest people.
I think Nancy Pelosi.
Functionality is one thing,
But you know what? Excellent functionality without appearance.
Maxing waters.
It's what sets apart a tradesman from a craftsman.
You know what? I might talk about that.
True craftsman.
I might talk about that because we actually get feedback on that. Do you realize the woman kept saying you did such beautiful work, that even though it was plagued with problems, she never got upset because it was beautiful.
Right.
Whereas if it was a piece of shit, even if it's running, they find problems.
As you watch the empty hand, your pocket is getting picked. At BenUncleSam.com, we blow away the smoke.
Yeah, it's nowhere do they pronounce it Dozier.
Yes, they do. Dozier.
I was looking up. There's two ways to pronounce it, but no way do they say Dozier.
Where? Let me see. Dozier.
Dozier. That's DOS.
Dozier. It's fucking retarded. Why don't they call it what it is? Bullshit.
A collection of documents about a particular person, event, or subject.
Yeah, what's the origin, though? It sounds French.
Oh, I'm sure it's French.
Sounds like some pretty boy over there made it up. Is your toes hair there?
After all these years, my dyslexia is this year.
It's backwards.
No, it came back a little. Every once in a while, I look.
What do you make of that?
Well, I don't know. I've not had an episode with that in so many years, and just a few times I've been looking at stuff, and I had to go. I don't know.
Age. It must be tough being around greatness all the time.
Yeah.
That can trigger it. Trying to play catch up.
I look in the mirror.
Trying to play catch up.
Yeah, I always think about that.
I am Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Never get better. One Clear Choice. I'll tell you why. He's a former Marine, and he runs it like that. They do free inspections if you mention my name. And they'll do hinge bolt tightening, and they'll check the cables, and they'll make adjustments. They want to put the sticker up there to be your garage door company, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. If you want an opener, they start at $333. Wonderful LiftMaster with Wi-Fi technology and the rest. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. If you have an emergency, a spring broke, call them. They do emergencies and regular setups. 303-565-6409. 565-6409, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Okay, so let's go to the phones. I'm going to get through these calls very quickly. I want to help you any way I can, Larry. Okay, so what's going on with this case that involves workers' compensation, possibly? Larry?
Hello.
What's going on, sir?
It's actually for my brother. So we were on a job and working together. He was a truck driver.
What's his first name?
His name is Henry.
Okay, what happened with Henry?
And he was sitting on the side of the road on a pipeline. It's on a dirt road. We had our flag, signs, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, on the job.
Another semi goes to come around him, and he's speeding pretty fast, and he's pulling a trailer. So the truck went to go around Henry, and the trailer kept going straight and hit Henry in the rear end. Like literally in the rear end, not the rear end of his vehicle. Yeah, in the rear end of the trailer that he was pulling.
Oh, okay. So it hit the trailer he was pulling. What happened to Henry? Did he get injured?
Yes, he got injured, had to have surgery.
Now, was this covered by workers' comp?
Right. So the guy that hit him, his company, the workers' comp was paying him, paid his surgery and all this. So he wound up going for a settlement. So when he took the settlement, the attorney he had told him that he had to pay back workers' comp $100,000.
Well, hold on. What was the settlement for? What percentage of disability?
That I don't know. He doesn't even know. That's what I asked him.
Well, that's key. But what was the reimbursement for? I don't understand. This reimbursement for $100K, if he did a settlement for lost wages that comp had been paying, then I believe he does have to pay it back, if it's for back pay that they have paid him. But how long did this case go on from the very beginning to the settlement? How long was it?
Oh, it was like a year.
1 year. And what was he making a year?
Oh, he would have made like 60,000.
All right, hold on a second. We're going to try to get our attorney on to talk to you. So the wait is not in vain. Brian, what kind of a problem are you having with a reverse mortgage?
Hello, how you doing, Tom?
Good. What kind of a problem with the reverse mortgage?
Well, the contract, there's 19 parts to the contract for a reverse mortgage to the HUD.
Well, sure there are, yeah, just like with any mortgage. So what's the problem, though?
Well, the problem is we're trying to get a new home.
Yes.
Because my mom cannot be in this home any longer.
Yes.
Steps. She's 96 years old.
Okay.
So we applied for a USDA loan.
Okay.
Everything was going good on the USD loan, but the USDA says that the HUD contract isn't specific enough to say that she doesn't have a payment at the end.
What does that mean? I don't understand what you're talking about.
For some reason, the USDA people think that she's going to have a payment, or she's going to owe something at the end if she's
at the end of house. At the end of what? At the end of no, she will never owe anything if the reverse loan has accumulated. If it's a true reverse loan, and it accumulated more interest than the home is worth, the most she has to do is turn over the home. She will not owe anything.
That's correct. That's what I've been told. But according to USDA, that's not good enough.
Well, what do you mean by I've never heard of the U.S. Department of Agriculture giving a loan to begin with. So are you sure it's USDA?
Yeah.
Really? What kind of a loan? Is it a farm?
It's a single family home.
Do you mean FHA or do you mean?
No, USDA. It's I'm working through Missouri Mortgage.
Okay, all right.
And it's a.
And where's the place? Where's the place located?
It's in Kissy, Missouri.
Okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to get our reverse mortgage expert on. Now, really, they need a payoff letter is what they need, right?
No, they need something that says that she won't.
Okay, I understand. Hold on. How long has she had this home? On a reverse loan?
On the reverse mortgage since 2003.
Okay, hold on. We'll try to get our expert, Joan Sullivan, on from Approval Reverse. I'm Tom Martino. We have a lot more to talk about coming up, and we have Plumb Line Services in the house as well.
Okay.
Time to clean carpet.
We have this thing to talk about with approval, and it's the last day of the month, so it'll work. Then I need to start substituting. I need to do electrical.
There is a USDA loan. I looked it up here and stuff.
Yeah, I did too. There's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
But USDA for purchase or refinance for rural loans.
When I walk on my carpets after zero res, they feel like new, and I never have to worry about dangerous toxins left behind.
So getting USDA loan program is not much different than getting an FHA loan or a conventional mortgage.
I have your cashier's check in hand.
All right, we'll give it to me.
I will track down the owner to galvanize the wholesale. Also will set in motion the delivery.
It's going to be great tonight. What time does it start anyhow? 7? Or 8?
It's 7 o'clock, right? Because it's 9 o'clock Eastern time. Right, so that'd be 7. Right, 2 hours, yeah. So this guy says, is there a reason the podcast is recorded at a whisper? I listen to multiple podcasts throughout the day, but this is the only one that I can't listen to my car because the volume is too low. I've never noticed that.
No idea.
possibly cutting back the production of the iPhone 10, and the Department of Justice and the FCC are probing into the slowing of the older iPhones. Thanks, Nicole.
The what? Slowing down? Are they really doing that? Do you think they're really slowing down the phones on purpose?
Well, I think they admitted to it. They admitted to it.
What?
They said it was for battery life, though.
Yeah, they said. Yeah,
well, they said if they didn't slow them down, the fucking phone would turn off. I mean, that's what they said.
They slowed which phone down? The one
every model year before whatever year's out.
What about our 8s? Did they slow those down?
I don't know, man. That's weird because they
the
just
8's
came
the
out.
best. The 8 Plus is the best. But the 10s are out now, right?
Yeah.
Are they the ones that they slowed down?
No, they would have slowed down the 8.
I mean, excuse me. Are they still having trouble with the 10? Remember, the 10s were not all they were cracked out to be.
Well, the sales just aren't there. That's all. It's just sales. But why the hell did they release the 8 and 10 at the same time? It was the dumbest thing I ever heard of.
I think they're trying to capture two segments.
So is 10? What is different about the 10? What is different about it?
It's got a better screen, I think.
I don't know. I think they did release them because this is an 8. No, this is 7. Never mind.
You want an 8? You want to find my 8?
I don't even know what the heck this is.
I gotta get my screen fixed.
You already broke it?
Oh, tiny crack, and I put the protector on it, and I got a tiny little crack like you have. The problem is the whole thing. It's not. That would have been the case on
They
it.
got a crappy screen on the 8. The 10's got the Gorilla Glass. The one, the OLED glass.
The one that doesn't break.
Yeah, made by Samsung, ironically enough.
And I believe that the 10s are waterproof, or the 8's waterproof.
I don't think so. Although my Samsung's 100% waterproof.
I know.
How do you know what you got? This doesn't even say on it.
Well, let me ask you this. When you first bought it, was there a little fortune cookie paper from some poor Chinese kid that said, help me, I'm in a Foxconn factory in China making your iPhone?
Unless they remove that before they
Who's Mallory?
You can reach me at this.
Do you know Mallory?
Mallory's my accountant. Why?
No, I mean Barry Mallory. Barry Mallory.
No, I
Barry Mallory. Barry. Who's Barry?
He's a Barry Manilow.
Where's Waldo? Who's on first?
Is Mallory first name or last?
For who? It could be either.
I don't know.
I'll look up Barry Mallory.
I'll look up Barry Manilow. Okay. Come on.
Insurance companies want to settle quickly with you after a car
Who is Larson Tax? Who are they?
I'm John Fuller with Fuller Injury Law. Contact me.
Larson Tax, really?
At personalinjuryco.com or 303.
It's not Barry.
Isn't Liz on it still? Larson Tax.
I brought Larson on. Larson's my client.
Larson Tax Relief? As an endorsement? Okay, I meant here on the station.
I don't know who runs her commercials. I think they're national with, I'm sure they have an agency.
No, I know the Cindy, the agency. But I don't know what rep. It was Liz, but I heard some clients were taken away from her. Like Colorado Tinnitus was one.
I don't know.
Maybe that's the only one.
I can't imagine why. I can't wait to see how they change the third hour. Watch them start it at 11 after, and we'll go to our first break at 14.
This is terrible. I mean,
I have Dr. Patty on 6. I told her I didn't know if you were going to do top of the hour with her or if she was going to hold a couple minutes. So I said either way,
I'll get her on as quickly as possible.
I'm guilty too.
she's not answering texts, and it went to voicemail for her
okay,
office.
I think Ideal might do reverses.
Yeah, but he's at a lunch. He had to reschedule his whole time because he got lifted at lunch, he said. So I don't know.
That's the only one I make all morning.
That was pretty good. If you called it.
On 630 KHOW.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House. I'm a consumer advocate. We solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. We've been doing this for nearly 40 years in Denver, recovering millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, plumb line services in the house. And I'll let you know whenever we have a line open. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House, so if you have an addiction, listen. But most of the time, it's not, I don't do this for the addicts. I do this for those who are affected by the addicts, the people who have loved ones who are addicts. This is a very serious commercial in that
there is invaluable help available in this hotline I give you. Now, this is not like a crisis line. This is an information line provided by the Raleigh House to give information about addiction. You know, if you find out your wife is secretly hiding her addiction, or your husband, or a loved one, or a child, don't panic. Get information. You need information. How do you know they have a habit? To what extent is it? How do you approach them? What do you look for? What is treatment? What is the Raleigh House? It's, by the way, a premier addiction treatment center with evidence-based modalities that they can help you with treatments they'll tell you about. But the purpose of this line is not a sales job. What other treatment is available? What does it cost? How long does it take? What are my options? What's the difference between this addiction and that addiction? Call them with anything. It's caring, confidential, and free, no obligation. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. So welcome to the show. Let's go now to Brian. We're going to have to put this on hold, Brian, and get back to you, but we promise we're going to check this out. So Suzanne is marking this as a follow-up. Approval reverse mortgage. I don't know if your parents back then got it from her, but they've had this loan for about 13 years, right? 13 or 14 years. It's accrued a lot of interest. It may be that it accrued more than the house is worth. Is that what your suspicion is?
It has, yes.
If so, the only thing your mom has to do is turn over the house. The whole idea of a reverse mortgage, there are no penalties, there are no deficiencies. They're guaranteed. But what your lender needs is a letter to that effect, or something in the contract that says that, right?
Yes, sir. Well, it states it in the contract. It states it in the notice of borrower.
In the loan. Then why don't they accept it?
Because in the loan, it also states some other things that say she could be liable.
Well, what's really crazy is they're both government programs you're going for. Why can't they communicate with each other? I mean, now here's what we're going to do. What were you going to say, Bob?
Tom, this is the government you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And they're dealing with each other. You got a guaranteed loan approval reverse. I mean, not approval, but a reverse loan. And then you have the USDA loan he's going for, and they can't communicate. Here's the number, okay? We're going to try to get a hold of her for you, but I want to give it to you because she does reverse loans. 303-771-3528. 771-3528. ApprovalReverse.com. Suzanne, make sure we have Brian's number, and we'll try to get him back on, okay, with Joan? Thank you. Now, we have some questions regarding hearing aids. I'll tell you one thing I wanted to talk about. Dr. Patty, do you recall, for some reason I got a letter thanking us profusely for the work that you did for Chuck, a guy named Chuck. Do you recall what that is? He called the show, and Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center did something for him.
Yeah, he was actually seen for tinnitus and hearing loss. So
yes.
Kind of both things. And so he had, I guess, been to audiologists probably over 12 years and had several hearing evaluations. So he had primarily hearing loss in his one ear.
Yeah.
And so he had gone to several audiologists throughout the years, and he had some military experience. And so coming from that, I guess he had been evaluated by a military audiologist as well, and everybody just kept saying there really was nothing they could do.
Yeah.
And so when we saw him, he had pretty severe tinnitus, described it kind of as bats in his ear, and just significant hearing loss in that one side. So we actually fit him with a combination device that treats both tinnitus and hearing loss, so kind of killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
And has done extremely well. So
good.
Sleeping better. He actually sleeps with it, so we created a sleep program within the device so he can just use the sound therapy at night so he can sleep better. He also uses it with his daughter and being able to hear when she's on that side. I know they had talked about it one time. He had forgotten it, and they went on vacation, and he said, it was horrible to get through. So similar things like that, kind of depends. Everybody that comes in is very different, and sometimes it's just hearing loss, sometimes it's just tinnitus, and for him, we were able to kind of treat both issues for him.
So Dr. Patty, when it comes to the biggest question I get, And thank you for helping him, and I love referring people to you. Talk about the free test drive. That's really important, that you guys do an evaluation period for people.
We do. So when a patient comes in, obviously they don't know if they have a hearing loss or what. So once we determine and we do a diagnostic evaluation, hearing evaluation, we determine they do have hearing loss or tinnitus, we will send them on a 2-week trial with a device that is either going to treat their hearing loss, it may treat their tinnitus, it may treat both. But our biggest goal is to not just sell them a hearing aid. Our goal is to find the right hearing aid that's going to help them with their issues. So we will send them out for a couple weeks, let them wear it, because it's one thing to give them a demonstration in the office. My office is quiet, and they need to go out to dinner with their family. They need to wear it at work. They need to wear it around their kids. So I really feel like, that's imperative in the fitting process, just to really let them go out and see how they do. And 9 times out of 10 when they come back, they're like, I cannot believe how much I'm missing, and I can't believe this. So it really is an incredible opportunity. We don't charge for that, and there's nothing to lose. You just
nothing at all. All right. And Dr. Patty, I really appreciate it. You've helped me immensely, of course. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. I have those combination aids that help with the tinnitus. I don't even understand how it does it, but it does this masking. It's wonderful. And, of course, with hearing, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, 303-534-0163. Right now they have the smartphone-compatible hearing aids, so that's a generation up from mine. So you can control everything with a smartphone, 303-534-0163. So let's go back to Larry now, because Larry... our workers' comp attorney is with a client right now, and we'll follow up with him. But we did some research. Now, some of these settlements for payment, if you collect payment, they are reimbursable. In other words, otherwise you'd get paid twice. So if the settlement was specifically part of it for back pay or loss of income, then that part of the workers' comp settlement that was paid to him while he sat at home or while he pursued treatment, that would be reimbursable. But it's hard to believe that it would be $100,000.
Yeah. Well, he also had told me that his attorney told him to that he had to give his wife $10,000 because she had earned it.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. Are they divorced?
No, they're not divorced. That's why I asked him. I said, how can you pay somebody?
This doesn't sound right. Who said this to him? Who said he had to give? His attorney said you have to give your wife $10,000.
Yes, she had earned it.
By taking care of him?
I have no clue.
Well, here's what could have happened, Larry. Really, your attorney might be pretty smart, and he may have built in some home assistance, but he didn't say it was your wife, and you have to, not you, but your friend.
Right.
And they have to write a check to their wife, right? Now, Larry, you're calling for a friend, right?
Yes, my brother-in-law, yeah.
Okay, and your brother-in-law, you're quoting the attorney. So it's really third hand. Is there a way we could talk to your brother-in-law directly?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right, can we arrange that? Hold on a second. Suzanne, or are you on? Let's arrange to get Larry's brother-in-law on to talk directly about this workers' comp situation, especially when we can get someone like Cliff Enton on the other line. But for sure, let's talk directly to the brother-in-law who's going through this.
I'm kind of curious. Are they asking him to pay the workers' comp in iTunes cards?
Yeah, that would be because, that
would raise a red flag.
Yeah, that would. Why are they asking Mark for $100,000 back? Now, he didn't have all that back pay for sure.
No idea.
I'm wondering if the attorney's straight up, actually, or could something be wrong? Now, Pete's talking about misrepresentation on the Home Shopping Network. What are you talking about, Pete? Pete!
Hello?
Yes, what's going on with the Home Shopping Network?
In July, I bought 4 solar motion-activated lights that should charge by solar and put them into an elderly person's home. That when they walk to the bathroom at night, the lights go on.
Sure. Yeah.
Made the purchase on July 4th. Didn't see any statement in August. Called and said, what's my outstanding balance? Paid it. My bank shows that it's paid. HSN, in the course of making the purchase, didn't disclose that all of the information that I took resulted in a line of credit or a credit card with a bank that handles all of their purchasing called Amenity.
Now, wait a minute. So when you call in to buy something at Home Shopping Network, you're telling me that everyone who calls in gets this account?
I think if they do a payment plan.
No, that was required for me to make the purchase. I said, I just want to buy with my credit card.
Right.
That's not possible. We got to take this information. And I said, great.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? They required that you basically over the phone fill out a credit app, and who did they get you hooked up with?
Community Bank. COMENITY Bank.
And that bank then what? Issues a credit card or a line of credit?
Well, that's what wasn't clear to me because I didn't see a statement for the bill.
Right.
I moved through the month of August, didn't see the bill. As the 4th of August approached, I said, I haven't seen a bill. Can I pay it off?
Did you get the product?
I got the product.
And how much was the product?
$50.33.
And you couldn't just pay $50. They wouldn't let you.
I asked, can I just take care of the bill right now? And they wanted all of this. I was new to HSN, and I think they wanted customer identification and all of that stuff for shipping. But next thing I know, I'm paying a bill, and I thought I'm at zero balance in August.
From what I read, they accept PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Diners Club, Discover.
I don't know what
and their own HSN account.
I don't understand what happened, Pete. Do you have someone? Listen, when you call for stuff, they're always, not just them, but phone solicitors and all of these fulfillment houses always try to upsell you other products. They always do. That's part of the new thing now.
Well, you spend more if you're using a credit card.
But, Pete, when you called in and you just wanted to put it on your credit card, they wouldn't let you.
I didn't realize that I was being signed up for a line of credit. I said, you'll see a statement, you'll see a number.
Okay.
It comes to you as a new member to
All right, so they don't do it to everyone, let's assume. I don't know. Who's ever purchased on Home Shopping Network? Can you raise your hand or call me? Okay, we have to figure this out. But I need to know, hold on a sec, because I need to get to the bottom line as to how it's affecting you and what's the negative. I mean, if you just bought it using this, fine, you can close it. That's what I need to know. If you're really in trouble, winkandwink.com, financially, they can do a bankruptcy, a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13. I hope you never need them, really. And here's the big deal, okay? They can teach you how to stay out of bankruptcy and not do multiple, and you have to get counseling. Don't just do a bankruptcy and then do the same mistakes over and over. Now, credit cards can be a valuable tool, but they can be an enemy if you're addicted. Don't look at minimum payments. That'll put you in debt the rest of your life. Talk to Wink and Wink before you get too deep. They do have good counseling. winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720.
This report is brought to you by Pro Flowers and Sherry's Berry.
Highway Drive is in really good shape across town, with the exception of eastbound I-76 flows inside the I-270 interchange. Watch out for the highway.
How was he hurt, though? Did he just get
I don't know. That's what I need to figure out. Is he just pissed off?
I don't understand.
Watch out for road construction on westbound I-70 west of Idaho Springs. Looks like the right lane is blocked.
I gotta go meet Frankie, baby.
Powered by Traffic Karma. Forecast with the high
No.
Right now, cloudy.
We're doing something.
With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30.
Another venture.
Now, Pro Flowers and Sherry's Berries have teamed up to impress
Never-ending ventures.
From the perfectly paired collection. Flowers and
I can't wait to leave Thursday morning.
Are you guys in tomorrow?
Yeah, we're in tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Troubleshooter Tom.
We don't leave. We leave early though, dude. Our flight's 6:30 a.m. I don't know how we get.
Your Frontier?
Frontier changed our flight 3 times.
Not only that, is you're not going to sleep on a Frontier flight.
No, never. But listen to this. We book it. They change both flights. In other words, the going and coming back. So I said, well, that's not going to work, so they give us both $50 vouchers per leg. So at this point, we have $200 in vouchers and a full refund. So we get a full refund there. I go on, and I pick out another flight. About a month later, they change one of the flights. I say, that's not going to work. They try to get you just to okay it. I said, that's not going to work. 2 more $50 vouchers, and then I pick another flight out. They change both flights again. Long story short, I got $400 in vouchers, okay, and no flight. So I log back in. I can finally use most of the vouchers except for the very last one. So I got $350 in vouchers I can use. So I log in and buy the tickets we currently have now using their vouchers. So my fucking flight was 100% free because they kept changing the damn flight. But now we're leaving at 6:30 in the morning.
I didn't realize they give you vouchers for changing your flight. I thought they just do it.
No, they got to ask you if you don't want to change. But it worked out. I mean, so we got a free flight, but that means we're leaving our house at 4:30 in the morning.
Where you going?
Vegas.
Oh,
And then Monday morning or Tuesday morning, whatever morning we come back, we leave like at 8:30
in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I'd rather leave around 11. But
there's not much you can do in the morning besides eat breakfast.
Hi, Tom Martino. Welcome.
Plumline's here, and we have one question on that sewer cleanout for 93 or free. How long do you try the 93 or free? They want to know how long.
You mean how long is it special, or how long do we actually
how long do you actually try to get it clean?
So it's our machines have 100 feet of cable on, up to 100 feet. In 1 hour, we'll run it back and forth until we get it cleared. If we can't get it cleared, then there's no charge.
Okay. Do you guys still do that electric thing?
What's that?
Find, fix, or free?
We do, actually. $149. That's this for Tom Martino listeners only. $149. Any electrical problem, we'll come out, we'll diagnose it, we'll find the problem, and we'll fix it for $149.
With parts. Now, if they can't do it, they'll tell you why. They'll show you if there's multiple circuits or it's a big problem.
So if I got a GFI outside of my deck that just simply, I plug anything into it, it doesn't work, I can reset it, I can do whatever, it just doesn't work. So if you guys came out, you're either going to put a new one in or fix that one.
For $149.
Or else you're going to tell me what's wrong and I don't pay a nickel if I don't want to.
If it's a major problem. But they're not just going to say...
If it's, like Tom said, if it's several circuits or there's other issues going on that it's going to turn into...
And you'll know they're not playing the game because if they say we can't do it for $149, then you say, well, why? They're going to give you a full written report, so they can't just dummy it up. It's got to be something really wrong. Hold on a sec. We got this. Oh, man, the guy on line 1, is he still there? I want to talk to him. Is he still there?
I don't think so, Tom.
What was his comment on the workers' comp?
What he was saying is he thinks what happened is the brother-in-law was paying for his own workman's comp and then collecting from it, and then when there was a settlement, workman's comp wanted to be paid back. I don't know, though. The brother-in-law is on line 6 for you, Tom.
I'll talk to him directly. Henry, thank you for letting me talk to you directly. Now, you live in Missouri? Henry? Okay, I'm going to have to move on and wait. Andrew, what's going on with you? Andrew?
I want to do a rant.
A 30-second? I'll give you 15, okay? Or maybe 20.
I'll try.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Tom, you saved me over $450 in debt collection help. The USDA loan is ridiculously hard to get. It's also known as a 502 loan. Mark, I like you on Ross Kavinsky, talk about politics. Suzanne, you're great. In 2016, Christmas was awesome. Snow, what's up with that? In Colorado, people moving here? I can't believe that. Fat man, I did not cry this time. Thank you.
I love it. You did it in 28 seconds. He said
like
30.
A nut.
He didn't sound like a nut. He likes you talking politics on Ross Kaminsky's show, what you're going to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right? Tomorrow you're going to be in for the whole last
After the State of the Union, which is like my Super Bowl.
Okay, Billy, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, Billy?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Billy.
My neighbor has a daughter that's not paying her rent, and they're under the assumption that you cannot be evicted in Colorado in the wintertime.
Well, that's not true. You can be evicted anytime.
Where would that assumption come from?
Who has this assumption? The tenants renting from your daughter?
It's my neighbor's daughter that is not paying her rent.
Oh, the neighbor. Now, does the neighbor has the daughter living with them?
No.
Okay, tell me.
She's renting from somebody, not paying her rent.
Okay, gotcha. I got it. And she says, "Don't worry, Mom. I'm not going to get evicted. It's winter."
Right.
No, that's not true. I don't know where she got the idea.
Oh, it's just one of those somebody told me.
Right,
Somebody told me.
I read it on the internet, so it's got to be true.
Yeah, that's what...
Has she paid for her rent, though, in iTunes cards?
Yeah, that's the other thing. No, Billy, truly, that is not true. Now, this neighbor's concerned, right, because she's concerned her daughter's going to get thrown out, right?
Right.
And is her daughter living in Colorado?
Colorado Springs, yes.
Well, no, that's not true. And if she wants, if you get me the name and number, we'll call the girl and talk to her and let her know. We really will. We have a couple lines open, 303-713-TALK, and we have plenty of time to talk. So get right in right now. You can even do those rants where I do truly uninterrupted for 15 seconds. If it's special, we'll do 30 seconds.
Are you going to watch the State of the Union tonight?
Of course I am. Absolutely I am.
Okay. You usually watch those award shows and other stuff. I thought
no.
maybe The Bachelor was on.
Mark, on a serious note, when it comes to politics, I'm concerned about our country, not so much about a party. I'm concerned about our country, whatever's best for our country and what's best for people. That's the extent I watch and listen to politics. I get mad at both sides at times based on what they do. Hi, Pete. What's happening with you?
Are we back on HSN?
Yes. Let's do it. I need to know why you feel that it's misrepresentation if you're the one that fell for the pitch, in other words.
The problem is HSN says they've been sending statements. I had no knowledge that...
we were going to ask how it hurt you, too, but I have two questions. How did you not know you were applying for this credit?
I assumed it was HSN account information to be able to fulfill the ownership, but they didn't ask for other things for a line of credit. They didn't ask for income. They just wanted billing, delivery address, what all seemed like. We need to fulfill your order.
Okay, so how did this hurt you now? The fact that you got tricked into this line of credit. How is it hurting you for this $50.33 product?
Six months later, I learned that I have a credit card with Community Bank that they've been charging.
How much is the bill now?
We're with interest charges and all of their late fee stuff. I paid $50 in August, $50.33 to bring it to a zero account. They say it was late. I never saw statements. I don't have a physical card that I learned I should have received. So I said to HSN and Community Bank, I'm not seeing statements from you. I assumed I paid this. No information.
Exactly. You paid $50.33. You had no reason to believe you owed money. They never even sent you a statement. Then what happened?
Well, they claim that they've sent statements every month.
And what do they say you owe?
As of today, $160-some.
Are you kidding? Wait a minute. Wait, that's in addition to the $50 you paid?
That's correct. So if I do my crude math, 50 plus 160 is close to 200.
No, this is a scam, Mark.
For the price of my original purchase.
This is a serious scam.
HSN's pretty big. I mean, I'm sure they might have screwed up in this deal, but I don't think this is something they're doing to everybody that calls in.
Community. It's community.
I'd sue them. I mean, take them to small claims court.
I would.
Pay it. Pay the $100.
No, listen, you
got
to
sue him.
But you got to help. Mark will help you. I'll help you behind the scenes. Please, we want to make this. Let's make this a case. What you do is you pay it, and then we will help you. You go to small claims court here, and it's just perfect. Now, if they kick it up, they have to kick it up to federal court
the only
because
way
of the diversity of jurisdiction.
The only way they can kick it up is if they countersue them for over $7,500. That's it. And so if there's no countersuit, then they can't kick it up.
Tom, like Mark said, HSN is a huge company. I would almost guarantee that call between him and that representative was recorded.
But they're going to be ignored. He's being ignored, aren't you, Pete?
Today I basically said, look, I want to bring this to a zero balance, take my payment. They said, well, we can't take a credit card to make the payment. I said,
what?
I have a debit card, pay the debit card, and I said, I need some proof that I'm at a zero balance today. They cannot fax me, they cannot email me a copy of today's transaction.
Why?
Because they said you have to go online.
All right, why don't you get your login and go online?
Because I don't know my 16-digit credit card account that lets me log on. Well, and I said, can you give it to me over the phone? No, we cannot do that for security. They ask for last digit, social, date of birth. I mean, all of these things that are...
God, this is ridiculous.
The question I'm asking is, I'm walking away from it. I've paid it. And I'm not, okay, here's my 19-second rant. If HSN can get away with this and lots of people continue to honor their business, is my grouse shared by other people, or am I just one unlucky stiff that...
Okay, please leave your last name off the air and number, and we're going to mark this as a follow-up, and then we're going to wait to see if we hear from anyone. If people want to call in, they can, or they can write to us live at Troubleshooter.com. Have you been tricked into this line of credit or credit card at Home Shopping Network to where you had unreasonable charges for interest? Let us know.
From the Fox Business Network.
Who? Frank Duran. You mean his house? No, his office. I'm going up to look at his office today for that deal we're doing.
Okay, but Mark, why is he there? Does he have to be there?
What do you mean?
Is that one of the places?
No, he wants, no. He wants me to see how the office is set up.
Oh.
In other words, why we need an office. But I had no idea he was that far, did you? I mean, he never goes to his office. Have you ever been there? Look, man, I got to take 25, it looks like, to 36. Then,
oh, it's way up north. It's like in...
resulting in 800
it's almost Broomfield.
Yeah. The world's largest maker of heavyweight motorcycles deals
actually, it's
and dwindling shipments.
Westminster.
Business report on 3
So which way should I go, though? Like, what's this right here? Wouldn't I just keep taking 36 instead of this?
There's a mistake on your credit reports. You can pay more in interest rates and fees.
Well, no, this says 14 minutes. This says 13.
Quickly get your credit score and credit report for free. CreditKarma.com/radio. Check it whenever you like. It's free and there's no catch. Don't get an unwanted surprise about your credit score. Go to CreditKarma.com/radio.
Where's your headquarters, Bob? Where's your office?
/radio.
Centennial by Dove Valley.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Back in there.
Pretty good in the metro area.
Yeah, we're just
Inverness
We're
area.
by the courthouse, the jail.
Yeah,
By
we're
the jail.
just literally a block.
He's in jail.
I'm in jail. Yeah, I call for my cell. It's a work release program.
That's pretty good.
34th and I-70 for that storm sewer line.
They pay you in, what's that called when you're in the funky commissary credits.
Give you chips.
Or you can get one of those things you stab people with. Come on.
Shank.
A shank.
Give you 2 shanks and a chip.
The commissary.
6:30 K-How. This report is brought to you by Pro Flowers and Sherry's Berries. Flowers and Sherry's Berries are teamed up to impress your Valentine with gifts from the perfect collection. Flowers and dips.
I think One to the United Nations, I thought was a very good speech.
Almost all his big speeches have been great. As people say, it's usually the next day.
Not according to CNN.
I'm telling you. And who's the
CNN.
who's the comedian? Who do you look like?
You know George the commenter, who calls in all the time, says he heard a $150 special but didn't know what it was for. Do you have any idea?
Find fixer free.
149.
Oh, I thought it was 89.
No, 89 is budget A1.
Oh, this is for plumb line. I didn't know you guys were doing a find fixer free. Great.
Yeah, on electric. On electric and the drain. Drain is
Find fix.
How much the drain?
93 free.
It's on electric.
Find fix or free furnace. That's how I put it. You got to find the problem and fix it, or else they get a free furnace.
I like that.
And they get a free furnace. So basically, let's just call it Free Furnace Friday. I love it. It'll be like Al when we gave away the tires on oh my God, that was the funniest thing.
Did you make a mistake?
No, he gets on there on April Fool's Day and goes, "Listen, listeners, give Al a little trouble. We're going to pull an April Fool's prank. We're going to give away 4 free tires."
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jim has a comment. He wants to rant. Okay, what's your comment on the HSN?
Well, you know, this raises a red flag to me, like the Wells Fargo deal where they were getting bonus to open accounts. If I were you, I'd be doing some investigative reporting.
Oh, we are. We are going to look into it for sure. That's why I asked for his information. I'm not taking this lightly.
Yeah, I mean, they could be getting bonus to open accounts and, you know, not telling people like Wells Fargo did. Now, my rant on the IRS.
All right, hold on. Hold on. I'll let you go. Ready? 3, and it's uninterrupted. Go.
I'm sure your listeners know this, but the IRS will never call you to contact you. They will send you a registered letter. Secondly, they will never identify themselves as IRS. They will only ever identify themselves as Internal Revenue Service if you do talk to them on the phone. And I know this from experience, and they will always give you an agent number. You can count on that.
Excellent. That was done.
He forgot they don't accept iTunes as a form of payment.
Jim, can you believe that poor woman? I mean, it's unbelievable. Thank you, Jim, for calling in and for the rant. Anyone can rant in the third hour. Tom Jensen invented what he called hit and get radio. Years ago, he used to do a talk show on weekends on KOA. And I like it, so I'm doing it. Hit and get. So, Kent, your workers' comp. Okay, comment. Go ahead.
Well, I think that he was collecting from his workers' comp from being hit. It was another trucker that hit him. When he made a settlement with the other trucker, his workers' comp wants their money back.
I don't get it, though. Workers' comp. Wait, okay, so hold on. So if he's working for a trucking company and he's hit, his workers' comp.
Another truck.
Yeah, his workers' comp would cover him, not the other party.
Correct.
No.
And then he's settling with the second.
No. Well, hold on. But hold on. But other people's. This is what I'm trying to get at. All right. Other companies' workers' comp won't cover people they injure. It's not a liability. It's not that kind of a policy.
That's correct. He was collecting from his own workers' comp, both medical and pay.
Right.
And when he made a settlement with the trucker that hit him,
right,
his workers' comp is due back.
I agree with you. In other words, he went after the other company, or his attorney did, and it was a personal injury lawsuit.
Correct.
I agree with you. That makes sense if that's true. I mean, if that's the way it happened, it makes total sense. Jacob, welcome. What are you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
I have just a quick question about my wife and I. We are leaving the state, unfortunately, in about probably 3 or 4 months' time.
Okay.
And we own a house. We bought it a few years ago, and we're kind of considering whether we should
How much is the house?
We bought it for $300,000.
And what is
realtor's looking to sell it maybe for around $420,000.
420, and okay, and then also, how much do you owe on it?
We probably owe around, I think it's around 220 or 230 right now.
Okay, so what is your question?
Basically, we were looking into possibly keeping the house and renting it.
Okay, now let me explain something. Okay, when you have a home that's a primary residence, it almost never makes a good rental. Okay, if you want a rental, buy a rental. If you want this house to appreciate and make more money, by converting it to a rental, you are literally giving away the profit you're going to make, because 20% of that, because it's now taxable. So this home is, if it's 30 and 420, so you have $120,000 right now in profit, right? That one.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Now listen, that $120,000 you can take right now with no taxes. Okay, no taxes. $120,000. Now, if you convert it to a rental, it would have to go up enough to cover 20% taxes, because that 120 now becomes fully taxable in 2 years. In other words, if it's 2 out of the last 5 years, if you didn't live in it, you're done. Okay, so if you 3 years, if you didn't live in it 2 of the last 5 years when you sell it, and unless you're going to come back and live in it to make it tax-free again, it has to go up an extraordinary amount just to cover the taxes and break even for today. Here is what I recommend. If you truly want a rental, then sell the house, take your money, and buy a couple rentals, or buy one rental cash. Don't use a great home and turn it into a commercial property unless it's going to have extraordinary upside, and almost never does it have that much upside. Plus you have your debt service, and you have your insurance, and it's just a bad idea.
In a managing company, they're going to be out of state.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad idea. I'm telling you right now, it's a bad idea. I know you're thinking, oh my God, it went up this much. Just think if we keep it 3 or 4 more years. But you're not considering taxes. You're not considering debt service. You're not considering the cost of ownership to keep it up and maintain it. You're just thinking about the rent, and the rent it just doesn't usually work. Now, I like your idea of wanting a rental, because you want a home that's going to appreciate. You want to make rent. Then take your money, your extra money. How much equity do you have above the 120 in profit? How much did you put down on the house that you'll recapture?
We put $60,000 down.
All right, so you're going to have another $60,000 in cash. So you'll have about $180 in cash, about 180.
Or maybe a little more.
Yeah, well, think about this. If you can take 180, you take a chunk of that for your new down payment, right?
Yep.
And then buy a freaking rental. You know, you don't have to keep this one as a rental. Why people do that, I don't know. How often can people cash in on $100,000 or more tax-free? That home has been working. It's been working for you. Think about it. You have been working, right? How long have you been in that home?
About 3 years.
Okay. Take $120,000 and divide it by 36. Okay? Now, that home has been making you $3,333 every month.
Yep.
It won't continue.
Okay.
You see, people have gotten spoiled thinking that homes are going to go up by $50,000 a year. They're not going. It's not going to happen, Jacob.
Had I listened to that advice you just gave Jacob, Tom, 10 years ago, I would be in a much better financial situation right now.
What did you do?
I blew it from... It'd take a whole other show to explain everything that I did wrong.
Okay, yeah, and a lot of people, they want to build wealth, and I applaud Jacob and his wife for that. Just do it the right way, Jacob. Nancy, what's happening?
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking this call. I've been listening since 92. I know you're short on time.
No, go ahead. What's going on, Nancy? I'm not going to rush you.
Oh, no, that's okay, Tom. What I've told Suzanne is I'm trying to get a passport.
Yeah?
I have a 14-year military service from New York State.
So you were you in the National Guard?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I've been trying to do is find out if they have a copy, because I remember when I first get on.
Now, what does this have to do with a passport? You need your birth certificate.
Exactly. That's the problem.
And you don't have it.
No, I don't have the original. It's lost.
And where were you born?
Haiti.
Okay, now, isn't that what our president called a poop hole or something? Didn't he insult that country?
Yeah, I don't care much for that.
Okay, now, you have a birth certificate somewhere in Haiti. Can you get it from a family member, or can you?
No, sir.
No way, man.
Why?
Members, no.
My God, I mean, they get hit by, the tsunami a few years, the whole place has been wiped out numerous times.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I left in 67.
Now, if you were part of the military, what would substitute? Are you hoping they kept a copy of your birth certificate?
Yeah, Tom, and I've tried. I've gone online because you can no longer call. You have to get online, mailing them. I haven't heard anything. And I've been trying for the past 3 months.
How long ago were you in the National Guard?
How long ago? I left about 3 months before Desert Storm.
How long ago is that, dear?
Desert Storm, 1992, 91.
Okay, so you left military service in 92. That's like more than 20 years ago. Okay, so like 25 years. So I don't know if the military keeps records that long. I think that where are you living right now? What part of town?
I'm in Thornton, Colorado.
You need to find your state representative's office and ask them to help you, really. And if you have trouble, you call us back and we'll help you. Do you know who your state, not for the state house, but for Congress, who is your representative? I should know that. I mean, is it
offhand?
It's not DeGette, right? Is it?
Is it? I think well.
Listen, we have 2 senators, but we have how many? 5 representatives. How many representatives do we have? Dan, Deputy Dan, come on, Mark. You guys are into politics. Do you know Bob?
I'm sorry, what were you
Suzanne?
The caller had a suggestion, Tom, for Nancy, to contact the OPMF in Kansas, and they should have all the records.
What's that, OPMF?
I don't know what it stands for. It just got the info. It's some military organization.
Hold on, all right? Hold on, and we'll try to figure this out. If anyone has an idea, she was in the National Guard, got out in 1992, out of New York. She needs a copy of her birth certificate. She can't get it from Haiti. Does anyone have any ideas? She wants to get a passport.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Other than a few blips here and there, the highway drive is in pretty good shape.
I have no idea how to do that.
That's a good address.
Map of congressional districts. So where does she live?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. How would I know?
Up in the high country, the drive along the I-70
corridor. It's so weird. I don't even see all that.
Well, see, that's Denver. We got Denver, boom, every colored one. So you said there's how many? 8?
It said 7.
1, 5. So there must be right in the Denver area.
Oh, yeah.
Cloudy skies in Denver and 54.
6, 7.
With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30.
And where did she say she lived?
Save 5% on every purchase and
Shithole.
In fact, there's only one person that's even said he said that.
It truly is a shithole, though. It's not just
did, that's not, even if he did, that's like saying Commerce City or Greeley's a poop hole, right? It's like, it has nothing to do with the people.
No, but in some places they literally dig holes in shit, man. Like India. Honest to God, they shit right on the side of the street, man. It's normal.
You know what's really funny is Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Yeah, but Dominican Republic is purely because they get tourists there. It's Europe's Mexico.
No, it's all their government and stuff. But Haiti could get tourists here. There's no difference between Dominican Republic.
No, Haiti always gets hit with the bad weather and the earthquakes, though.
Why is that? They're just on the other side of the island. Well, DR got hit not too long ago, but they...
Not like Haiti.
I think Dominican got hit, too.
Haiti's been wiped out numerous times, man. Puerto Rico, they still say there's like all these people without power and shit.
Haiti also had a big earthquake, didn't it?
Huge earthquake.
Action for restrictions apply. Minimum temperature required. Call for details.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for Larson Tax Relief. I've been fighting for consumers more than 30 years.
Yeah, you're right. It has nothing. It has nothing to do with the people. But even really, what he was saying is, why do we want people with no education? What we want is people that can help us in the country, which is what it should be.
That's not what the Statue of Liberty says.
I don't know how he fucking got in. No matter how I.
The Statue of Liberty says, "Give me, you're tired, you're hungry, you're poor."
And a bunch of pussies sent it to us from France. Trying to kiss our ass so we didn't fucking kill them.
They just sent it there. We had to put it together.
Yeah, those pricks. You can't even assemble it. It's like if I sent you IKEA furniture, you'd be pissed.
844 Larson Tax, or check them out at LarsonTaxRelief.com. That's 844 Larson Tax. 844 LARSON.
I can't believe how far away my office is.
The only tax relief and audit organization.
Where did she say she lived?
Referralist at referralist.com.
Lord. Don't steal my shit. Okay, she's in District 7. District 7 is
this is why
at Perlmutter.
This is why Katie has the worst time of the Dominican Republican.
Caller says she has to send in a written request. She'll get for all of her files, and it'll include her birth certificate. So there, I sent the link tomorrow.
You get a go.
Oh man, she's got a big problem though. What? What? He's a Democrat. She's not going to get shit done. He's going to fucking kick her to the can, man.
6:30.
Remember what you used to do in Haiti?
I'm Tom
Martino, your troubleshooter. Nancy,
she's got a big problem.
No, a listener called in and said the Office of Military Personnel Files is in where? In Kansas? Or somewhere. The OMPF. Did you get that, Nancy?
OMPF.
It's Office, listen, Office of Military Personnel Files.
Okay, so is that a website?
No, it's an office. You got to Google it and stuff. I don't have time now. But if you Google that, you're going to find where to send a written request, and they do keep military files and have no problem sending them out. It's OMPF.
And if you do run into issues there, you're in the 7th District, and your representative.
That's where Mark was alluding to the trouble, which he was joking.
No, unfortunately it's a Democrat, Ed Perlmutter, and that could be an issue.
Now, by the way, Nancy, this show has no political leanings. We are not going to express political opinions on this show except to say,
go Trump.
Except to say that I believe that Perlmutter would do a fine job helping you. What?
Okay, so I had a caller call in with some good info that she should contact the Immigration Department. They should have everything, or file a Freedom of Information Act request for her immigration file, and everything will be in there.
For her immigration file. Did you obviously immigrated?
Okay.
Well, you're a citizen, right?
Oh, no, Tom, that's the reason why. Because, see, after the military, when you join the military... You
don't have to be a citizen to join the military? No?
Well, I'm finding that now.
Wait. Nancy, you never became a U.S. citizen.
No.
How many years did you serve in the National Guard?
14.
14 years. Another 6 years you would have had a pension?
Well, you would think that would be a fair deal.
Was that part-time?
You spent 14 years.
That's part-time. Oh, that's part-time. So that's not considered.
I got injured with the knee issue, is why I had to leave. They wouldn't keep me on.
How'd you get injured?
Duty. No, the left knee problem is why I had to leave.
Nancy, listen. If you have any trouble, please feel free to call us back. Try to find out where the Office of Military Personnel Files is. Also, the Immigration Department, from when you immigrated, you came, obviously, what do you have, a green card? What do you have, a visa?
Yeah, green card.
A green card.
Green card to New York. So I'm thinking, would Albany have papers? And
Possibly, yes. The Immigration Department would.
I can't believe she was in for 14 years, and they don't make her a citizen. I find that outrageous, honestly. I do.
She may never have requested it.
I don't know how that works.
no,
Boy, you would sure think it would.
Yeah, I have requested it.
I wish most of these dreamers would join up for a while.
And what did they say, Nancy, when you asked about it?
No, it was a long wait. Years up to 5-6 years ago, before I came here to Colorado, it was a long waiting list.
Why did you join the military? Why did you join the military?
Why? I just wanted because I've always loved this country. I wanted to serve.
Nancy, leave your name and number. Let's get this woman a passport and citizenship. Seriously, come on.
Pathway to citizenship, they're giving it to the illegals. And
I know. This woman, she does everything right.
I know.
And she can't become a citizen. Are you guys listening on YouTube and Facebook? Let's make Nancy a citizen and get her a passport. I want this followed up. Suzanne, mark that for us, okay? Dan, get started on it, then we'll give it to Deputy Clint.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay, Nancy, hang on. 303-713-TALK. We actually have a couple minutes. 303-713-8255. What's on your mind? Bob Logan, Plumline Services. Look, I'm giving you the mic. What's on your mind?
Well,
all right, enough time. No.
Hey, right now, our weather, obviously, we have not had a winter. And if you want to buy anything, if you want to go on a trip, if you want to buy something, the best time to do it is when people are in their off season.
You're slow right now.
So we had a special we were running back in December. I'm gonna do that special again. If you're in the need of a furnace and air conditioning system, if you buy the air conditioner and pay for the installation of the furnace and the air conditioning system, I will give the matching furnace for free. Okay. So whether you're a budget buyer or a high-end, we've got several different options. I will give the furnace.
It doesn't have to be the highest-end air conditioning.
No, you can buy at any level. I will give you the matching furnace to the air conditioner free.
Okay.
You just pay for the installation of the air conditioner.
Okay.
That's a tremendous deal. That's the best deal we've got. And XL is having some huge rebates too.
Plus, if somebody says, let's get a code word, because I want to give them an extra $199 off if they say a code word. How about this? If they say the code word serendipity, that's it. Okay, would you give them another $199?
Serendipity if they call our office?
No, here. If they do the furnace, the free furnace with the AC.
Okay.
And they do it. And they can buy any level of air conditioning they want, not just the highest, but any level, and they'll get the matching furnace free and they have to pay for the installation of the furnace. They get an extra $199 if they say serendipity.
I am good with that. Have them tell the design consultant when he comes out to visit the home and do the load calculations. Serendipity. Right. Add $199 or subtract $199.
Yeah, you tell them. You don't have to tell them in the beginning. Okay. Listen carefully.
Set the appointment like
Listen carefully. You set the appointment. If you get the AC, any level you want, it doesn't have to be the most expensive. You get the matching furnace free, and then you say serendipity at the end. They'll give you an extra $199 off. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. That's Plumline Services, by the way. 303. Well, anyway, plumlineservices.com. You'll find them, and save all your problems for me.
Hi, it's Dave Lowe.
No, that was, Frank would say, oh my God, every time he'd get upset, he'd have to say it.
Oh, yes, that's right.
It wasn't Serenity.
Something now.
Serenity now.
Serenity now.
Serenity now.
That's a, or did you say Serenity for $2.99 off?
The best Seinfeld, better than me, I will admit, is Frank Duran, the real estate man. This guy can, tell you